mature audience.
Cross the fucking line.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Go get the fuck out. Right.
No sweat. No sweat. No sweat. Oh.
One West. Yeah. I'ma do it when you afraid to do it. I'ma say what you ain't gonna say. I'ma tell you what you need to hear. This life, they got us fucked up, man. Real fucked up. Look. Feel me one time. Look. Yo. I know struggle, I know pain. I know my people strung off of the dope to cope with the long days. I know this place called America. I know this place where they deal with us like homeland terrorists. I know this place got us fucked up. I know this place got us positioned so we never try to stand up. I know this place wanna see me sleep. And when it come to my people, they love to see a black man weep. But it's survival of the fittest. And when it comes to the law, best believe we gon' get it. Rise Israel, rise. Fuck the devil for his lies. Fuck the devil for his lies. Rise Israel, rise. Fuck the devil for his lies. Fuck the devil for his lives. Rise Israel, rise. Rise Israel, rise. Yeah, look, this ain't the place you wanna be, where you can surrender from a flea and still be dead in the streets. This white man, he played for keeps. And when it comes to his love, you should never wanna see. I want war, fuck peace. I want war, fuck peace. I want them dead in the streets. I want war, fuck peace. I want them dead in the streets. I want them dead in the streets. Yeah, so prepare them troops, because my king comes through. He gon' show you what it do. Death to all you other nations. You had a hand in the equation for this hell I be facing. See, man, y'all think it's a game when we bring it to you like this, man. I gotta give you the truth. When they lie to you, you love the lies because it tastes sweet. Well, this truth bitter. It hits you straight in the core, man. But you need it. One West shit. Now, I got the pleasure to introduce you to that Philly barbarian. Hey, yo, Salakia Cat, you had something to say? It's red.
All this pain and it's hard to cope. Your situation stay the same, so it's hard to hope. You say you tired of moving cane, now they call you broke. There's new rules to the game, you ain't hardly know. So that's why you gotta play it smarter. I'd rather die on my feet as a man than a martyr. That's just a lesson for my daughters. Just know their father gave his life just to build you a fortress, so you would always be protected. Just know you living in a world where you gon' feel neglected. I tell you while you young, just so you'll expect it. And when that fake love come, you can reject it. But this is hectic. Give me one more second. I just hope you make the same choices and never reckless. I don't want you losing your innocence prematurely. For you, I'll be judge, executioner, and the jury. And just know you work all the diamonds and all the jewelry. Every single ruby, and never shine way that you be. That's why if they wanna hurt you, they gotta go through me. And even if I can't be by your side physically, I just want my baby girl to rise out this misery. That's why I be working and despise every enemy, cause they wanna separate our bond and our memory. So I fight for victory, and I fight for pain, and I fight so you don't have to ever do the same. Until I rise again.
It's a dog-eat-dog world, my nigga. Realized that a long time ago. Sometimes I feel like I'm too young to have this many goddamn dead homies, my nigga. Yeah.
All of this don't survive. See the pain in my eyes. Shit that I seen with. I had your ass traumatized. All of this don't survive. These niggas be telling lies. They all say they down for you, but who out them gon' ride? All of this don't survive. All of the strong survive. All of the strong, all of this don't survive. When it should do or die, one of us gon' rise. Will it be you or I? I remember days in the beef, long nights thugging in the streets. Po go whoop, turn to a marathon, better stash a heat. Where I'm from, they don't play fair. Batman is the police, so we don't throw with no hero skulls of the law either, nigga. What you think? Got the grip, niggas rolling with me. Low out, we just boys in the hood. Cool with the blood too, just gon' shoot my Ricky nigga and we're all good. Everybody ride my OGs, feel like Jordan, but I'm shooting 2 3s. Everybody wanna be the GOAT. First you gotta make it out of these streets. All of this don't survive. See the pain in my eyes. Shit that I seen with, I had your ass traumatized. Only the strong survive. These niggas be telling lies. They also they down for you, but who out them gon' ride? Only the strong survive. Only the strong survive. Only the strong survive. When it should do or die, one of us gon' rise. Will it be you or I?
You ain't too, you crazy for this one.
Who am I to be compared with? I marvel the rap game on some real shit. And I ain't fucking with these rappers on some real shit. Trying to stack old chips on some stale shit. Uprise against the priest that he fell quick. Even running in the dark like the Blair Witch. I'm true to this shit and I can't switch. Leave him shaking like he trying to get that paint bitch. I'm going hard in the paint, bitch. Say he a god, but he ain't shit. He just impersonating. Full of that dope, you're hurting, ain't ya? Puffing that smoke, he ain't a gangster. Now it's time to expose you. Time to show you how a real soldier roll through. Death coming when it comes, let it hold you. Raised by mighty men, this how they mold you. Heart thumping like Pro Tools. I ain't nothing but the truth, boy, I told you. Style cold, it'll kill you. Cold blue, fresh like Chucky in the truth. What's the dope moves, nigga? Run and get the team, take his land like the old bitch from Soul Food. I'm just trying to run my pennies up. Don't buck, cause the semi tough. Claim it tough, but that ain't enough. Listen, to be quite clear, bitch, I'm smooth like a light bill. These niggas dead, I breathe light pill. I'm going up like the light bill, cause I'm just trying to get a buzz like my last name Lightyear. Send a message to the masses, I'm fortified. I'm about to trade in my 9 for a 45. I'm killing this shit, gotta mortify. UBK, we up, got the other side to moralize. Them niggas nice, but I'm way more superior. He ain't one wet, he don't fit the criteria. Don't take my kindness for weakness. I'm a beast on the interior. These niggas can't be serious. Brave heart, go against the heart. Don't go against the squad, you'll get picked apart. Oh, she say you know God, bitch, don't even start. Play with your honor, I'm the at the nigga don't like I'm swinging hard. It's wartime, ain't no need to play. This slow ass nigga, you was never with us anyway. They say I'm going down for the things I say, so I went and got the clock like you gon' roll with me today. Yeah, it ain't gonna stop. I'm telling you, boy, it ain't gonna stop. It ain't gonna stop. It's about to fall. These niggas weak, must be raised from a poor strain. No type of pleasure bring more pain. Fuck that soft shit, bring more flame. Straight soldier out the gate, I don't move, that's just ordained. I'm done bullshitting, time to take him down. If he ain't taking ground, then don't come around. Soldiers in the back marching, that's how thunder sound. Tuck me in the booth, I'm just trying to run the underground. And fuck that glass ceiling, they ain't saying nothing. They say 144, how you keep it coming? I told them fear of the Lord, keep my feet from running. I kick shit like FIFA youngin' and aim high like I'm eagle hunting.
144, keep blazing to my nigga. The devil may cry, motherfucker.
This is Cross the Line Radio with Captain Tazariak.
In the New Testament, they call it the law of Moses.
Well, it is the law of Moses. Who delivered it? Moses delivered it.
And Captain Katazar.
Brother, I'm gonna read a scripture for you just to show you that you don't understand how the Lord works.
Every Thursday night from 10 p.m. to midnight, addressing the issues plaguing the so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. Also, headquarters of The Body Bag.
Trying to put me in a body bag.
Yeah, listen,
he knew he was in the body bag.
Cross the Line Radio. And now,
If you're gonna cross the fucking line. Otherwise, get the fuck out of here.
ISUPK.
Lick a shot, lick a shot, lick shot. One more.
Yep.
That's when I was a true.
Listen, man. Big up. Oh, what's going on here?
Probably got a call.
Oh, no, I think that's the brother. Pharaoh in the background. Yeah, man. Let me tell y'all something. Appreciate everybody joining us tonight. You understand? I don't know what the hell we gonna call this. A surprise Saturday. You know what I mean?
We got it.
Saturday night live.
Man. Give props to my man, Young Pharaoh, for joining us. He had us do something we ain't never did so far across the line radio. We got a show on a Saturday.
And we were supposed to have some more here one Saturday, but
they bitched up.
It's been like a scheduling conflict, you know what I mean?
So
but
Pharaoh already got an upgrade because he wasn't scared like the Moors were scared. We was trying to get the Moors in here. But
so he pulled up on short term notice.
And if I could say, all you got to do is just say, I hate Garfield, and you get 5 videos. That's all I'm gonna say about it. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, man, for those that don't know, this is Cross the Line Radio.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm your host. Captain Katazai joined on the line. Sometimes y'all might hear a little bit of feedback when caller calls in on YouTube, on the Uber conference or something like that. We're gonna talk about a lot today, man. I got my special guest, Young Pharaoh, on the line. We're gonna talk about a lot. We're gonna talk about me and his first interaction, where he's at today. He's kind of transitioned from into UFC type fighting. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about Nature Boy. I found out that ISUPK, Young Pharaoh, and a sister that may call in have all had some interaction with this Nature Boy cat. I didn't even know he was that popular, to be honest. I thought after I saw that, when I saw that video where he said he has his son naked around him,
right?
I thought he was ignored. I didn't find out till recently that, you know, he has a large following. But before I get into the Q&A, I want to introduce Young Pharaoh. He's known by a lot. So, Young Pharaoh, welcome to the show, brother.
Peace, family. How I'm coming, and you can hear me?
Yeah, we hear you nice, loud, and clear, brother. Nice.
First, I want to say, you know, shout out to my Hebrew. Let my Hebrew brothers know I love y'all to death. All right? Yeah. Thank you for having me on here, okay? I love y'all out there. And so I appreciate y'all having me on here. All right, I'm on here with the general, the great one, beside him. All right? And I want to let y'all know, you know, we're going to have a beautiful show as always. And it would be wrong for me to come on here and not say, if you want to cross the rope, cross the fucking rope, nigga. Get the fuck out of here. It would be highly incorrect of me to not come on here and say that. So otherwise, you know, we here to have a beautiful show. I appreciate what these brothers got going on. And you know, I'm here to cross the line tonight. All right, so let's get it.
I appreciate it. Listen, a lot of people being scared. Like, even though the show is like Cross the Line Radio, it don't always have to entail like drama, battles, you know, debates and stuff like that. Sometimes we could just build. Sometimes in a build you can have a debate, but it don't have to start off.
I mean, point in case, you know what I'm saying? We had Q Butter on here, you understand, Thursday, and there was things we agreed on, there was things we disagreed on. But we had a healthy dialogue, you know what I'm saying? We were all able, you understand, to speak to each other. Now, I mean, if somebody get disrespectful or some shit like that, then, you know, you already know we're going to turn up. But there's been a couple of brothers. Doggy, we had a good conversation with the brothers from, you know what I'm saying, Go for Life. They got the video series up on YouTube, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? It ain't always got to be like a come for your neck thing, you know what I mean?
Right. I mean, even when, I remember when, my first interaction with Young Pharaoh, it was really them old heads that kind of got in the way of me and him trying to build with each other. It was actually the day before y'all had that comedic conference. This is like December 12th. It was a Saturday before December 13th, 2015, when y'all had that comedic conference. I remember the date because 12/14 means a lot to me. But we was building then, and I thought it was a good build. You know, you was coming with the information that you had. I was coming with the information that I had, and I thought it was a good build, and it was just interrupted from there. But tell me, like, so like from your beginnings, and this is for just people that may not know everything about you. But from your beginnings, was that like your beginning, or did you have a beginning before that? Because I hadn't really known too much about you. So if you want to give us like your beginning, so to speak, up until not you ain't got to go all the way up until now, but if you want to just answer, is that like your beginning, or was there a little more than that?
Oh yeah, not a problem. And I just like to make one correction. That was their Kemetic conference. Like
no sweat.
You okay? I gotta put that in there. But yeah, I was already doing my thing pretty much. I was up to about 30,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I was already, had the ball rolling and everything I was doing. Basically, everything you see me doing today, I was just at 30,000 subscribers with it.
Okay.
And so, this person who put the damn Kemetic conference on, and I still got the receipts today if anybody need them. But he actually commented on the YouTube video I did, and the video was titled 76 trillion year history of the black race or something like that. It was like it's probably like one of my first 15 videos I ever posted. And in part 4 of that video, I did a little presentation which was titled "The Bible was based off astrology."
Okay.
Yeah, he jumped into my comments. It was basically like, I'm such and such. This is Sinetta Studios, and would you like to come get his presentation on my channel? So, me, I'm like, shit, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have a problem with it. So, little did I know, they was throwing me in the dog fighting ring. So,
to set up the Israelites against Kemet and shit.
Yeah. So, this is my first time hearing this is like a whole new world to me, because this is going to sound crazy, right? But I didn't know that. I thought I was the only nigga in the world on the internet so-called teaching. Like, and I know that sound crazy, but that was like, I didn't think, like, I never heard of none of y'all until then. And so, that was when I first met you on the street.
Right.
I didn't know who you was. And then, like, I didn't even plan that day to be debating nobody on the street. I thought we was just out there, vibing and taking pictures. And next thing you know, they like, let's take a walk over to where the Hebrews at. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. So next thing you know, I had ran into you, and it was definitely, my first interaction with you was definitely more respectful than the people that I even walked over there with, because as you know, they was trying to interrupt me, and basically, they was trying to set me up to debate and maybe hopefully get chewed up or something. Who knows?
Yeah,
but,
and that's what I thought, because even if you notice in the middle of me and you dialoguing, that's when I actually shut the camp down, because they kept interrupting you. And I made the point to say, I'm trying to build the brother that y'all want me to talk. They won't shut their mouth. Like, they wouldn't stop talking the whole time me and you was dying. Like, me and you didn't have an issue going back and forth with the information. You was coming with the astrology side. I'm coming with the biblical side. We didn't have that issue. It was the people surrounding us that was disrupting the whole conversation and shit.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. And I was more like, I'm never upset with nobody, over no intellectual premise, but
right.
I was more aggravated by the people who walked over there to y'all with me than y'all. And so, that I'm like, I'm ready to turn and slap this motherfucker right here, and he's supposed to be on my side.
Right.
So it was ridiculous, but that's definitely a fact. And that's why I tell people from day one, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure it's 1,000 videos from years ago of me. I always let people know, even though, I might not subscribe to the Hebrew ideology, I always, have a high respect for the Hebrews just off the discipline and the way that I seen them carry themselves. Now, I don't know. I can't speak for nobody else. If a Hebrew beats you up or something, I ain't got nothing to do with it. But I know from my interaction,
right,
pretty good guys, man. Pretty good guys. And so, that was our first,
so now, there's been a lot that you've done between that time. There's a lot that you've done. There's a lot that you've taught. There's been, controversy surrounding some of the things that you taught, some of the interactions that you've done and stuff like that. Now, I remember when we had a conversation, I think a couple months ago, and there were some things I wanted to bring out now. So is there anything we can't talk about?
No, we straight. Listen, you can pull it up, baby.
No, I appreciate it. So now, from that time up until now, the next time that I saw you was at the rally that we had against Bambata. I remember you being there when we went down by Sanetta's spot. So now touching on that part, like what made you get involved with that? Because number one, I thought that was an important time for a lot of us to be united against the homosexual shit that Bambata was doing. So what made you be a part of that? Like who contacted you to be a part of that? Or is that something that you found out and you just joined?
Shit, he asked me to. I mean, like, think about it. I don't, what the hell I care? I mean, you know, not saying I don't care about pedophilia, but I'm in my 20s. And Bambata ain't got nothing to do with me. So, right. You know, basically,
right.
And I'm going to be, y'all know I'm going to keep it 100. I didn't wake up and be like, oh my God, this is important to me. Like, nah, nigga, he knew that I had a little following. And, you know, he basically said, you know, you want to come out here and speak. And I was like, shit, why not? You know what I mean? So, and that was, what happened was I was already doing my own event anyway. So it was like, well, I'm already be down here. You know, I might as well show my face. And, you know, that's when that's what made me do my little excerpt. But, you know, I'm not going to act like I was so hurt. Excuse me. I was so hurt by the shit I heard because I wasn't. Because it's just to the point where I was like, you know, a lot of the problems in the community not going to stop till somebody stop them. And that's the only way I can say that. You know, certain things are information problems and certain problems are virtuous problems. You know, like you can be, like, you know, I'm not throwing nothing on y'all or myself, but because I try to tell people, you know, I try to stay away from labels. But let's just say you can be a Hebrew, you could be a Kemite, you could be a Muslim and be a pedophile. And so, you know, being a pedophile is a virtuous psychological problem. It ain't got nothing to do with reading no books and getting no knowledge. And so, you know, that's my stance on that. So as far as me like giving speeches on stuff, that's not even really what I do, even on my own channel, because the way my mind believes certain methods should be solved doesn't have nothing to do with giving speeches or protesting. But yeah,
I agree with that. So now my next question, to jump off of that, on that same subject. So even though you wasn't necessarily hurt by it, right? Is it something that you feel needs to be addressed? Whether it's a rally or speech, because like you said, you don't agree that it has to be attacked that way. But is it something that you feel should be addressed, or is it something you feel is not your shouldn't be addressed, so to speak?
No, I definitely feel it should be addressed. And I'll actually reiterate a little bit what I said, you know, if anybody, I don't know where the video is, but I'm pretty sure it's on the internet somewhere. When I actually spoke at the podium, I said that, you know, the elders were to blame. Because how many elders knew about this shit and let it go on? Right. And so my thing was, it's crime, it's spontaneous crime, and then there's organized crime. What Bambata and the Zulu Nation, you know, maybe not all of them, but for whoever was involved.
I would say all of them. You ain't got to say it. I'll say it.
I'm with the general tonight. All of them. Damn it. I'm with the general. All of y'all asses. And so with the Zulu Nation was involved with in regards to Bambata was called organized crime.
Right.
So outside of that, right, you have an epidemic even in prison where older men was raping younger men. And so the reason I bring that up is because older men raping young niggas in the 70s and the 80s and the 60s is not some newfound shit. It's movies on it, it's songs on it, and it's kind of like how if you never heard of an older man back in the day raping a younger man, nigga, you must have never heard of like the boogeyman under your bed or something. It's just like a story that goes throughout the hood, and that's just, you know, that's just being real with the situation. So when I heard about it, my first thing was, how are we gonna address some shit? How are we going to try to get mad at some shit as if this is our first time ever hearing about it? Then we would be lying to ourselves. So really what we need to do is get on niggas' heads who was directly involved and who directly knew that this was going on the entire time. And so that was my, you know, that's where my anger was at. You know, I try not to, you know, if we hear some shit, that's just like, you know, not to bring them up because I don't want them to think I'm starting with them, but to bring up the Nuwapians. if you hear that Malachi Z. York touched some kids and you're Wapian, you're not about to tell me this is your first time hearing that. That's
right.
That's like a nigga saying polite scam somebody. Nigga, that's not my first time hearing that. So, so you're not gonna sit here.
That's real shit. That's real shit.
You're not gonna act like, oh my god, like I'm appalled. Like nigga, damn, this about my nigga this time today. So when it come to Bambata, I was more angry at the older generation of niggas who was acting like they was surprised. Like, this your man.
Right.
You like if I like, for example, that's your brother on the side of you. So I would just make a situation up. You know what he do and don't do. So if somebody say to Zaria, your man slapped me, you might be like, well, he is capable of slapping a motherfucker. But if somebody be like, you know, he touched my kid, you gonna be like, no, because that's not what my nigga do. You know what I'm saying? So when they heard, well, when it was brought to the light, so-called, that Bambata was touching boys, I was more angry that these niggas was actually acting like they was shocked. Like, y'all niggas is not shocked. Y'all know that this is what niggas was, this is what the shit y'all niggas was doing. And so, you know, that was my main thing. Put the blame on the niggas in the immediate, you know, circumference of the traumatizing experience, period.
Damn right. That's a good.
No. Listen, no, I'm with you all. You know what I'm saying? I'm with you from the beginning of the comment that there's definitely, you understand, moves that I wish we could make, you understand, towards situations like that. But here's the thing though, if brothers like yourself or brothers like us or anybody with a platform, that's why even that day that you showed up, you know what I'm saying, that was supposed to be a Black media, you understand, conference where anybody who had an outlet, you understand, that could be able to voice could speak against it, because so often does it get swept under the rug. Like, awareness got to be raised on it, you understand, to the point where people are outraged that justice can be served, and that, like, listen, somebody got to be made an example, because Eddie Long got off. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, he got justice from the Lord. The Lord gave him the package. That shit was not cancer. The Lord gave him AIDS for fucking boys. You know what I'm saying? But there's definitely got to be an example made. Like, listen, white folks made an example of Bill Cosby. You know what I'm saying? They let you know, if you are a Black entertainer and you want to, you understand, drug white women, we will get you. You get what I'm saying? But ain't nobody in the Black community, like, who was it that's giving Bambata some spin now? He's about to get some
Funk Master Flex.
Funk Master Flex is about to give him a residency on Hot 97. Whereas ain't nobody should be giving him work. Like, how are you gonna feed a pedophile? You get what I'm saying? So it's like, if we don't raise awareness and we don't get some kind of public outrage, then it's gonna be considered acceptable, and it's gonna lead to more Malachi Yorks. It's gonna lead to more, you understand, insert any name of somebody who was doing that shit, because nobody's really gonna punish him.
You know what I mean? So now, what I like that you said too, which was good, was when you said it's not your generation, because I feel you on that. Like, Bambata is in like his 60. Who the fuck knows how old he is? So nobody should expect young Pharaoh, anybody in their 20s, to really know anything or even care about Bambata. But like, oh, and what he also said was, when he said that's some old heads should be dealing with, meaning like we should have known about it. So it's almost like that generation dropped the torch. I say the same story. This guy rapper from Ultramagnetic MCs knew Bambata was molesting boys, told me personally he knew, but nobody ever did nothing. So now the responsibility falls upon people like us. Okay?
No, but you know, like Slaggy, you know what I'm saying? But they push, like the older heads, they push Bambata on us. Like, I don't know if y'all there was a show on a couple of hip hop documentaries on Netflix. And every single hip hop documentary, they all accredit Bam, or somebody always, you know what I'm saying, mentions him. Same thing. There was a show, I don't know if y'all saw The Get Down. You know what I'm saying? But they made the Zulu Nation hard in that. They made Bambata the man. You watch anything, they continue to push him. But like you said, but the cats that knew him, nobody will drag him. Instead, they want to be like KRS-One and say, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? If he did, it doesn't take away what he did for hip hop.
Right. And that's some sad shit. So now, Pharoah, you made a point to say you don't believe in the whole speaking out and stuff like that. So now since that time, do you do anything like what is your ultimate goal? I know what you're doing now, but like at the time, what is like your ultimate goal as far as the people? Like you have a big platform. So like, is this something where you utilize it to educate the people? And if so, with what do you educate them with?
That's a beautiful question. And before I answer that, let me clarify what I mean by, me not speaking out. So that, because I'm not saying you are, but it's trolls. And I don't want nobody trolling saying Young Pharaoh said he's not gonna. So
right.
Let me clear that right on up. What I mean by that is I don't believe in continuing to repeat some shit that we already heard.
Right.
And what I mean by that is, let me give you an example. If the police kill somebody, okay, let's say Sandra Bland or Correct Gaines, why do you need me to get out here and tell you this is wrong? You know this is wrong. How many people got to tell you it's wrong? Do the Hebrews got to keep telling you this? Do Marcus Garvey got to keep telling you this? Do Malcolm X got to come out the grave again and tell you this? Do Martin Luther King got to? How many? And I'm speaking specifically to Black people. And so me personally, I refuse to spend and waste 50 years of my life saying the same shit. I'd rather say some shit that's new. And so when I say I don't protest and I don't speak out, it's because back at one point in time, oppression was forced. Now people willfully are enslaved. Right. Before you like now we got people who and I'm not saying everybody, but now we got people who will have on some $300 Jordans, a $500 weave, of some $400 True Religion jeans, talking about something they broke. You got on $1,000 outfit. And so, we live in a world where, we can battle each other, troll each other, slaughter each other, internet beef, but we can't come together, for nothing. You know what I'm saying? We can't, people would love to see me on here and we going at each other next. But
like soon as we got on it, they assumed that's what this was gonna be.
Yeah, right.
Right. And then now, but we could go at each other next. But also, just on some real shit, you should be able to say, yo, Young Pharaoh, a nigga stole my debit card. I'm fucked up for the week. You got $200? I should be able to say, yeah, I got $200 and not post it, not say shit about it, not try to get no clout because we trying to see each other win. And so, that's what I'm on. I'm not here to keep yelling the same shit and or arguing with niggas on no level, whether it's politics, shit happening in the streets, or here, because at this point in time, you should know right from wrong. It's 2018, according to the Gregorian calendar. Niggas been fighting to be free since freedom was no longer a thing. And so why do I gotta waste 50 years of my life to follow in the footsteps of another nigga you chose not to listen to? And it's like our people, want you to be a martyr. It's like, we're not gonna listen to you, nigga, but we want you to get out here and say all of the shit that 80% of us is not gonna give a fuck about. And then when they kill you or lock your ass up because you got a target on your back, now we just want to hashtag you and put you on a shirt, and niggas gonna be on Facebook for you gonna get about 2 weeks of Facebook memories. And niggas gonna be talking about, oh, he was so smart and he had a lot of potential. But why people can't listen now? And I'm gonna end my answer on this. Mm-hmm. If anybody think I'm lying, ask yourself this: why does 90% of the inspiration you get come from a nigga that's dead? You don't get inspiration. The majority of the inspiration that you like, for example, if somebody watched this broadcast, right? Mm-hmm. This is only one source of inspiration. The rest of their inspiration is coming from niggas who dead. Marcus Garvey, dead. You didn't listen to him. Nat Turner, dead. You didn't listen to him. Malcolm X, dead. You didn't listen to him. For the Muslims, Elijah Muhammad, dead. You niggas didn't listen to him. And so it's just like, whether some people, I'm not even talking about the Hebrews, but let's just say Christians or people who subscribe to Jesus. Jesus came here, gave you a message, and you in the club on Saturday, knowing damn well you late on your rent. And so Jesus, Yeshua, dead. You ain't listening to him. And so what the fuck you want me to come do? Die for you not to listen to me? So I'd rather just, create a census of information That's why I try to deal with science, because science is for everybody. I try to create a census of information that you can use now in your individual life to better your individual self. But we're not about to be out here breeding martyrs,
right?
Underneath the guys that the world is going to change because of you, because the only person that could change a person is they self, period.
But if I could just sidebar, what you did to the Muslims was horrible. That was that.
And I don't lie, I still want some smoke. Can I get another shot? Who buzzing?
What you did to the Muslims, that was probably the most. That shit was hard. Like Q Butter was on here, right? And I was telling him I was gonna have you on the show, and he was talking about. He said, "Yeah, he went at the Muslims, man." He said, "Man, he killed them niggas, man." But I didn't like that. But he was like, "But he killed them niggas." But I didn't like that. But he kept saying he did not say you didn't kill him.
Right.
He just said I didn't like it.
The Muslims was like.
So now, even with the science and stuff like that, okay, now what I always ask brothers that have a following, is it your responsibility to make sure that the information you present is factual? Like, is that something that you try to be responsible with? And let's say if you come up with something and it's not factual, let's say if you come up with something, you find out that it changed or something like that, do you actually retract what you said, or do you not retract what you said?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You definitely have a responsibility. And I'll even give people an example of some shit I retracted. This was years ago, but just to put it on the wood, you definitely have a responsibility to make sure the shit that's coming out your mouth is factual. On two levels. For one, you might be studying something, and at the time is true, and then a couple years later it come out that is not true. So that's not your fault, because as a researcher, you just doing the due diligence. And if it comes out that, this whole curriculum was false, then, you didn't create the curriculum. You're not a Englishman. You know what I'm saying? You're just somebody reading books, but you do have a due diligence to retract that. Now, let me give you an example of something I retracted, and I caught a lot of flack for this years ago. Anybody, like, you see the Allah on my banner, but I'm not no Muslim, and I actually got to get a new banner. I'm about ready to set this motherfucker on fire just because of that. But with that being said, I came through the 5% Nation. And so y'all know that the 5% Nation teaches the 120, same 120 that the Nation of Islam got. And so, they taught the story of how Europeans came here, not giving a whole lesson, but just that they was grafted down through a 600-year process. And that, certain germs was made weak and wicked through sexual reproduction. Now, I came out with that understanding, but immediately after doing genetic research, I found out that that was bullshit. And so that's something that I personally will let y'all know. I retracted that shit immediately, because what I thought was right over here was not right. And this is not a diss to the 5% Nation, but this is why, me personally, I left the 5% Nation, because I felt like I was coming across facts that, because like, I'm gonna just be real with you. I had a dude straight tell me that's not in the 120. We don't teach that. So I'm like, well, nigga, is it right or is it wrong? What you talking about? Is it not in the 120? So, we kind of got into it, because I'm like, well, if y'all saying the father, Clarence X was revising the 120, if he wouldn't have died, you think he would have stopped revising shit? No, he wouldn't have. And if he would have came across certain truths, then he would have added them in. And so for me personally, I felt like, well, if I'm coming across certain truths and this organization is not allowing me to accept my truths, then I can't fuck with y'all. And so, it's no disrespect to nobody individually in the 5% Nation, but that's me personally why I slid. You know what I'm saying? I had to go on my own path to where I furthered my knowledge, found my truths, and I've been undeniable ever since. But the process and how Europeans was created is an immediate teaching that I believe anybody should retract. Period. Period.
Yeah. Okay. So now the couple questions I got, on the back of your, well, I don't want to ask that one first. Okay. So your stance on the aliens, for example, is it still the same?
Do I believe extraterrestrials exist? Is that what you asking me?
Yeah. I remember vaguely seeing a debate you and Polite had, I think, on aliens or something. I could be wrong.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Okay.
No. The debate wasn't on. You right, but you're not wrong. But the topic wasn't
okay
necessarily aliens. But me and him got into it because he was trying to make me seem crazy for saying that extraterrestrials exist. So I had to go dig up about 4 or 5 videos of this nigga teaching people that extraterrestrials exist.
Right.
Because I was like,
shit, he taught. Listen, Polite taught everything. Nothing he ain't teach. The nigga called on the Most High. He called on Allah.
Man, I got a picture of this nigga Polite right now in the Middle East.
In Mecca.
Praying.
Yeah. So somebody sent me, like, I don't really follow Polite or nothing like that, but like it seemed like I'm never gonna be able to break that marriage, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like I be trying not to. So like when some shit happened, so when that picture came out, I had like 4 or 5 people message that picture to me. So I look at his God, because he was bowed down to an Arab or something, right?
Listen, Jay-Z is tied to Nas. Like, it's like 15, 20 years later, niggas is still bringing up Ether. You know what I'm saying? 20 years from now, niggas is still going to be yelling cross the fucking line. Like, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Okay.
Cross the fucking line. Cross the fucking line or else get the fuck out of here.
That's what yeah. So now the other one was, okay, so now also notice you have the Unk back and behind on the thing too. And I also noticed back in the day, well, not back in the day, but like a couple years ago, y'all was supposed to do a debate on the Metal Netter not being translated. So now is the Unk a part of the Metal Netter language? Is that the same thing? Like having the Unk is like I guess what I'm asking, like, is the Metal Netter not being translated, meaning you don't really follow the Kemet stuff, or you follow the Kemet stuff, but without the Metal Netter being like, can you explain that for me?
No, I'm glad you asked it. You asking the right questions. This is probably, let me tell y'all something. This is probably the best interview I done did in like 8 months. Asking the right questions. Jesus Christ. And so damn, these are the right questions. Now, let me give you this gonna take me about 5 minutes.
Right. No sweat. You got it.
There's Egyptology and there's Kemetology. Okay. So now the Hebrews, okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of give y'all an alley-oop. Next time Polite or one of these niggas pull up,
I'll give
y'all alley-oop to dunk on this nigga head.
Okay.
Now, there's Kemetology and there's Egyptology. Now, this is where the translations are different, because Kemetologists was started by, Egyptologists who said that basically Egyptology was a lie and it's a doctrine created by Freemasons to fool the general public in order to fit the existence of Caucasians being 6,000 years. This is why Egypt only goes back 6,000 years. They say Menes founded Egypt in 3200 BC. That's 6,000 years ago. And
right.
So Kemetology is the study of Egypt 10,000 years and beyond. Now, the translations that Kemetologists get, they get from a tribe called the Ayuwani tribe, who has lived in the Giza Plateau for 65,000 years and never been displaced. The translations that Egyptologists get, aka all of these Kemet niggas that you see on the internet, they get their translations from Jean Champollion and the rest of these assholes. And so when we say the Metu Neter has not been deciphered, Egyptologists and nigga-gyptologists teach the Metu Neter. So when you take the Metu Neter to people who live in Giza Plateau, have never been displaced, they will tell you that some of these meanings are not correct. Now, the way that you prove that Egyptology has not been deciphered is because I'm going to take everybody's favorite Egyptian structures, the pyramid and the Sphinx, okay? You've heard many niggas, Shaka Amos, all these Kemet niggas, okay? Because I let niggas know quick, I'm not a Kemet nigga, I'm a truth teller. And with that being said, you've heard all of these commission niggas, right? Talk about Khufu and Khafre built the Sphinx. Don't let them say they didn't, because I got it on tape. I keep receipts. Nigga, I might as well work at Walmart. And so that being said,
hold on, Pharoah. Where did this receipt shit come from? Like, because I hear a lot of people, that's the new slang to say I got proof.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say I made it up.
The evidence.
Oh, okay. Receipt is the evidence. Okay. No, go ahead, Pharoah.
Yeah. It's like when you buy some shit
Right. Okay.
You gotta prove
like,
it.
Said some shit. You want your receipt, nigga? I got it on tape. So don't let them lie. If y'all ever need, listen, if y'all ever suspect a nigga saying something, just ask me, do I got it? Like I might have it. But what that said, they were teaching people that Khufu and Khafre built the Sphinx. Now that would be about anywhere from 2,000 to 4,000 years ago from today, if that's true. Now they say that they got this from the Meta Netra. They saying that they got this from tablets that they found within the structures of these temples, and they also saying that they got some of this information from the pyramid text and the coffin text. Now this is common sense 101. 250 geologists. Listen to the number, Tazariak, because I'm giving you a pistol right now when you want to own one of these niggas. 250 geologists confirmed, okay? Water damage, 250. Let me tell you how important that is. Go to court and let 250 niggas come in there and say they seen you commit a crime and ask me the chances of you getting off. How high you think those are? So 250 actual geologists, okay, said that the pyramid structure and the Sphinx had water damage that could only be done over a period of 20 to 30,000 years, given the fact that Egypt only gives off 4 inches per rain a year. And so there's also documents that I have, if anybody need them, of them pumping gallons of water out of the basements of these tombs and these structures, including the Sphinx and the pyramid, due to a river that used to dry up. I mean, a river that used to exist called the Nile River. Now, why is this important? Anybody with common sense will tell you the Nile River is 8 miles off of its original location. And this is because it used to be bigger, and it was called the Nile River, Urnile. Look it up. And so the Nile River dried up today and became what you see in Egypt as the desert. Now, why is this important? The water damage on these structures, which have been scientifically confirmed, puts them at a minimum of 30,000 years ago. So now here's the problem with the Meta Netra. If the Meta Netra is saying that they read on the walls of the pyramids and the Sphinx, okay, that this structure was built 4,000 years ago, how if the shit on this wall is from 30,000 years and beyond? So that's like me coming in your house to Zaria, right? That's like me coming over there where y'all at and spray painting my name on y'all shit and saying Pharaoh put up this drywall. How, nigga? The drywall was already here. So when niggas say that these structures was built and that this translation is just, the translation shows you that it's false because it doesn't even match the age of the wall that it's allegedly coming off. So that's just common sense 101. Now we can talk about how Coptic is new and Demotic text is new. We can go into the little, the little making love with these big words games, if that's what they want to do. But just to snatch the rug from up under them real quick, all I'm asking any Egypt or Kemet nigga out there, and I subscribe to Kemet, but I subscribe to Kemetology, not Egyptology. And these niggas, if you teach that Menes founded Egypt in 3200 BC, if you teach that Khufu and Khafre built that Sphinx and that pyramid and that red pyramid, nigga, you're an Egyptologist. These niggas on these platforms are Egyptologists. If you teach that the Meta Netra has been deciphered, you're an Egyptologist. So all you have to do is ask any Egyptologist, why doesn't any structure match the pharaoh or the ruler in that age who's saying that they built it? We can go to any structure in Egypt. We can go to the 3 pyramids, the Sphinx, the Red Pyramid, the Temple of Osiris. Nigga, we can go to any structure you niggas want to go to. Temple of Luxor, and we can prove through water damage that it is older than the person that you saying built it. And so this is not to disrespect, Kemet, but this is to show y'all that niggas once again have adopted a lie.
Almost the same if you want to take it from the whitewashing. Would that be safe to say?
That's exactly safe to say.
Okay, that's got, like, as I'm listening to you say it, like it's almost like if I was to make a comparison, when we take that same Bible that Christians have, but we give the biblical answers as opposed to the Christian answers. What you're saying is that instead of using the whitewash breakdown of Metu Neter, we need to be using the actual breakdown of Metu Neter. Would that be safe to say?
That's exactly safe to say.
Okay, so then my follow-up question, now in your time for this battle or debate that you were supposed to have, did you learn how to speak or translate or read the Metu Neter yourself, or was you just doing it for like the debate purposes?
You know what? Before I even debated them, I was interested. And this is an honest story because y'all probably think I'd be bullshitting because I'd be joking, but I'm dead ass serious. Before that debate even came up, I was so intrigued by, I'm young Pharaoh. I was intrigued by Egypt. I had a pyramid on my neck since I was 15. Before this debate even came up, I tried to learn how to read this shit. And immediately I said, this shit dumb as a mother. I can't read this shit. I'm just being honest. I was
yo, I can't even be mad at that. Yo,
I'm being honest. I was like, man, I can't read this shit. And so when it got brought up that it wasn't deciphered, I knew it in my heart to be true. Well, excuse me, the Metu Neter was not deciphered. I knew it in my heart to be true because I had previously already tried to read it without no outside influence, without knowing none of these niggas. And I was like, this shit don't make no sense. How are you getting letters out of shit that's spiritual meanings? You know what I'm saying? That's just like if my cell phone, this is an object, this is not a letter. If my cell phone means make a call, how can somebody come, 10,000 years and dig my cell phone up and say, oh, young Pharaoh used to use this as the letter M? Like, no, I did not. And so, it's just common sense. And I'm going to end on this, right? The FBI has a gang intelligence task force. To what they do is whenever a new gang arises, they have to infiltrate the gang in order to find out what the signs and symbols mean.
Right.
So, like, if I do this, okay, it's 50 different gangs that do this. So, depending upon what gang is doing this has a different meaning.
Right.
So, if you see a pitchfork on the wall, you don't know if a Blood put it there, a Crip put it there, a Vice Lord put it there, a Satanist put it there, a Spanish gang member put it there. So the meaning of the pitchfork is going to change, predicated upon whose idea it was to put it on the wall and what they meant. And so my thing is, you can't go to some shit 10,000 to 100,000 years ago and say, this is what this person meant, because you were not there. You were not there. And so, the reason I say Kemetology is because they rely on a tribe that still is there today. And so, you can't tell these people, I mean, the closest answer we're going to get to what this shit meant is somebody who is still there today. So, it ain't no account that's over an eyewitness account. And so people got to respect that. But for John Champollion, because when I did the Metu Neter not deciphered debate, I showed pictures of the Sphinx all the way up to his neck in sand. This was in the 1900s, I believe the 1940s. John Champollion carved his name at the top of one of the temples. Now, this temple is like damn near 40 to 60 feet high. And he carved his name at the top because it was buried in sand. So everybody make note. The United States government did not finish excavating Egypt and digging Egypt out of the sand until damn near 60 years ago. And so here's the thing. How did somebody in 1822 via Champollion decipher hieroglyphics that he had no access to because the temples were not available for study until damn near 100 years after his death?
That makes that makes a lot of sense. You actually helped me. You actually helped me. So when I bust these chemists' ass,
see, this is why, and I'm not throwing shots. You feel me? But I gotta say that.
I'll throw the shot. Let me throw the shot.
Yeah.
All you doing is calling the play right now. I'm gonna throw the shot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot the shot. I'm gonna do all that.
Maybe call a couple of audio, but even before we do that, you know what I'm saying? Listen, we got a lot of callers calling in. If y'all want to call in, get in queue now. Pharoah, what I want to do is sometime after 8 o'clock, I want to open up the phone line. You know what I'm saying? The callers got a lot of questions, so I'm gonna bring them on. You know what I'm saying? This way, the show could be a little more interactive. All right?
That's beautiful. I'm with it.
Now, what I wanted to say too, that as you was breaking down the Metu Neter, the Egypt, and the Kemet, you was giving timelines and stuff like that. So then my follow-up question to the Kemet part is, what methodology did you come up with to establish the timeline of the different civilizations, excuse me, that you mentioned? Like, what timeline did you follow? Because I noticed you said Egyptology wanted to justify 6,000 years. The tribe that you mentioned that is in Africa has not been misplaced, went back 65,000 years. So where did you get that time? Is it something that you got from them? Where did you get the timeline from for that?
Well, you can study. There's a great book that people should get called The Land of Osiris by Stephen Mailer, who is now a Kemetologist, but he's an ex-Egyptologist. But where you get the timeline from is not just Stephen Mailer, but from actual geologists. So the 6,000 year continuum, and I have to say this is tread lightly as possible, because I do not want to go to battle with the Hebrews right now. But not right now. We having a great time. But right. the 6,000 year story from the Egyptologists is a made up story in order to fit the description of religion. Because if we know anything about the Bible, whether you believe in it or not, we know it goes back to a 6,000 year timeline. And so in order for the Hebrews or these entities to be delivered out of Egypt, we have to prove that there was an Egypt at this time. Right. And so what Egyptologists did was they took structures that they knew were outside the date of their existence, because this kind of comes into you guys' argument where y'all say, white people are not the real Jews. And so what happens is, well, what the Europeans did was, knowing that they only been here 6,000 years, they created a story that actually would take their existence and place it in a historical context that wasn't really true. And so what they did was they said, damn, this is a place that's at least 30 to 100,000 years old. But in order for us to give some divinity, we have to say that we were delivered out of here. And so what they did was they created a story that said, fuck this, fuck the real age of this place. We gonna say it was created here in this time frame by this person, and they create a story placing us here. And so that being said, that's that could turn into something, but we're not gonna turn into nothing.
I'm not, because I actually have a real good answer for you, because what you're saying is I don't disagree with. Like Christianity, the so-called white man that wants to fit that timeline of 6,000 years to line it up with the Bible, he is trying to do that. The only problem is, like in the beginning when you said you taking the whitewash off of Kemet, with what they're doing with Egyptology, that's another example, because there's nothing in the Bible that substantiates 6,000 years ago. Right. It's actually older. Like the 6,000 years is dead within creation itself. Right. It's like creation itself takes more than 6,000 years of everything. So it just shows the level of ignorance that the Christians have. You understand? So I agree with you. So when you said you didn't want to go back and forth with the Hebrews, we're not, because we don't agree with that shit either, because it's a lie. You understand? So we're kind of like on the same page with that. Now, everybody knows, Alan Brown in the chat knows as well, I don't really deal with dates like that, only because of that very reason, which is why I was asking you your methodology. The reason why I asked you about dates, I don't deal with dates, not that they can't be true, but that there's just too many discrepancies depending on how far back you go.
Yeah, I've never I've never seen a accurate, date testing. Whether it's with the carbon, whatever the case may be, I've always found flaws, because they'll test the old object and then test something that they know the age of it, and it'll be saying that the object that they made 20 years ago is 10,000 years older than what they said was 40,000 years old.
There's a book I got where they was doing the carbon date, and they had a lava rock. The lava rock they knew came from, I think it was Hawaii in like 1959 or something like that. And then they tested a rock that they didn't know, but they said it was old. And the rock that they knew that was from 1959, one test came back, it was like 1 million years ago, then 2.3 million years old, even though they know that this rock was established or formed in 1959. So now we're not going to disagree on that. I was just curious as to where you got your dating method.
Now you're right. And before we move on, I want to reiterate, because they do be falsifying a lot of the carbon date tests. Mm-hmm. So I want to reiterate this. you know, as far as the pyramid structures, this is not a cut. And I'm not saying you said it was, but I'm just doing it for the viewers at home. This is not a carbon date test. This is based on water erosion damage,
right?
Water damage caused by water erosion, right, and sandstorm damage. And so this is basically like if a pipe busts in your house, a plumber could come in your house and tell you how long, you know, you've been having pipe damage. I mean, you've been having, you know, problems with your pipes, depending upon the damage, because he know how long it takes for a certain amount of damage to take place. And so, you know, I want to reiterate that, because this is not something that you need a scientist to even tell you. You can go to Egypt right now, walk on one side of the pyramid and see how smooth it is, and then walk on the other side, and that shit look like it's about to fall apart. And so it don't rain in Egypt. That's common damn sense, or it wouldn't be no desert. And so I said, what kind of water is flowing through Egypt or coming out of the sky in Egypt to where you gotta pump gallons? Okay, I got the pictures. These people is pumping gallons of water out of the foundations. And then even if we saying it's raining from the top, how is it filling up the basements of these structures? I got pictures of them underneath the pyramids in the basement, and the ceilings in the basement got water damage. And so I want to let y'all know, this is not, you know, I'm not saying, oh, they said they carbon tested it. No, it has actual, you know, water damage and sand erosion. But, you know, continuing on.
Yeah, no, I wasn't, and definitely I wasn't saying, I was mainly saying it because that 6,000 years they do that, that's from carbon dating bullshit. Like a lot of shit Esau or the so-called white man does come from carbon dating or some other old whack ass shit. So that I'm actually glad you had brought up the contention of the 6,000 years, because a lot of people assume that that's true biblically when it's not. Like I said, when you go to creation story, that's 6,000 years before you even get to the seventh day. So it's way, you know, so it's a lot older. Like it's our existence, or the earth or planet, solar system, whatever you want to call it, is older than 6,000 years. So I just wanted to clear that up, because we don't believe that as well. So now with the chemist stuff, so now with the this may be controversial a little bit, not from my side. I don't know how you're gonna feel about it, but that debate didn't take place with you and Seti against Unc and them, right? And so was there a reason behind it? Because I know there was a lot of drama, you know, surrounding that event, and then it didn't happen. So do you want to touch on that? Do you not want to touch on that?
We could touch on that, and let me iterate, you know, before why I didn't touch on that. You know, I basically had a gag order on me. So before I tell the story, y'all know Dr. Maya ass basically pressed charges on me, and then she said she put a peace order out on me. And you know, a peace order is like the Baltimore version of like an order of protection. So when I say peace order, just think of order of protection. And so the peace order actually just went up like this recently past January. So long story short, you know, while she was lying on me, trying to get me locked up for these bozos, I couldn't even tell the people what I was going through. So, you know, I just want to put that out there. So for everybody who felt like, you know, they wanted to interview me or, you know, ask me what was happening.
What was she trying to get you locked up for? Like, and I'm only asking that because
no, we could get into details now. You can ask me whatever the hell you want to ask.
Right, but the reason why I want to ask you that, and this is like Dr. Ma'at, in my interactions with, I can't speak for your interactions, of course, yours is different. But my interactions with Ma'at has always been real good, real cordial. I would say that I have a real good relationship with the sister. So what was it that she was making these charges against you for? And out of respect to both you and her, what is your substantiation for the charges? Like, in other words, like, you don't want it to appear as slander, because I'm pretty sure you're not going to say it's slander. So what would be the proof or the evidence of that?
Well, I had criminal charges. I actually got the charges right over here, but I'm not going to grab them because I don't want nobody's personal information on the internet. And before I answer this question, because, you know, in my opinion, she's the police. So before I answer this question, let me give my disclaimer. Answering this question is not to instigate, influence, or wish to bring any harm to Dr. Maya. And so anybody watching this interview right now, please do not watch this interview underneath the context that you want to do harm to her. I'm simply answering this question during this interview to state my views and opinions from something that I personally experienced that I believe was an injustice, an abuse of the legal system underneath what we call abusive litigation. And I wish to tell this story so that anybody else going underneath what is known as abusive litigation can have the courage, the intellect, and the insight to also speak up and speak forth against someone who's choosing to abuse the justice system by filing fraudulent charges on a young man. Now, with that being said, let me answer this question. You know, she pressed charges on me for harassment and electronic harassment. She said that I said I was going to kill her and throw her kids off a bridge. And so, mind you, that's not all she did. But
now you didn't say that though, did you?
Hell no, I didn't say that. Man, I got that shit got through out that trial. But listen though. So not only did I not say this, listen to how they tried to do me. She pressed charges on me the day before the debate was supposed to take place. And didn't nobody tell me. Sanetter knew, everybody knew because they told her to do it. Now, she pressed charges on me the day before the debate was supposed to take place, but we end up not doing the debate anyway. But let me tell you how I found out that she pressed charges on me. Somebody had found out my real name on Facebook and was looking into my background or whatever, right?
Right.
And they had DM'd me on Facebook and was like, yo, you got an open case in Baltimore? I don't even know this woman. And if you watching now, woman, whoever you were, you know, may the Lord bless your soul, child. And so, with that said,
this motherfucker is funny.
She DM'd me on Facebook, right? She was like, you got an open case in Baltimore? I was like, hell no, I ain't never been to Baltimore a day in my life. She was like, you do? And she said my name and the person's name. So I'm like, hell no, how you know my name? So she sent me a screenshot of my pending charges. So I call the the Baltimore courts, and I'm like, yo, I got an open case. This, that, and the third. They like, hell yeah. And so long story short, that's how I even found out that she pressed charges on me. And so I'm like, okay, I'm not fucking with y'all. And so long story short, what they was trying to do, this is what they was trying to do. They was trying to press charges on me, not tell me, and then have me and her come into the same vicinity and then get me locked up because I'm not supposed to be around her and I don't even know it. Man. But, you know, that's how they tried to line me up. But, you know, we end up saying, you know, fuck this debate. We're not doing it. We end up doing a live stream, you know, at my, you know, we did a live stream off the wall in my damn living room. So we just moved.
I saw some of it when y'all pulled out the Mortal Kombat noise like that. So I saw some of it. So now if I could, I ain't going to stay too much on the Dr. Ma'at thing or whatever. But the only thing I'm not hearing what was the cause? Like, was there some relationship y'all had? Was there?
I never met that lady until we went to court, bro. Never met that lady a day in my damn life till we went to
court.
That's the first time I ever met her. But the reason she pressed the charges is because Polite and Sanetter was in the Amara squad at the time was conspiring to try to get me off the scene. Because I was like a renegade. I'm the only nigga. I'm the only nigga with an uncle.
Not to cut you off, and I ain't really asking for any clarity. It's just blowing my mind right now. So you telling me that you actually had the charges against you? If you would have went, you would have got arrested.
Correct.
And you actually went to court, and my aunt was in the courtroom. Like, this is like really live.
Not only was she in the court, her and Polite, bitch ass nigga Polite, called my parole officer trying to get me locked up. And then not only did they call my PO, nigga, they called the courts and told, nigga, when I went to court, it was armed agents waiting for me with guns and motherfucking shields, because these niggas called the courts and told the courts that I was gonna shoot the courtroom up. Swear to God, I put this on my soul. These motherfuckers called. Listen, I went to court, right? This is like this is the day of trial. Boom. And I'm looking at that as like a hit. And I'm gonna tell you why I'm looking at it as like a hit after. But I feel like they try to get me knocked off by the police. Now listen, I get to court, right? Boom. Now you know how when you walk in the courtroom and you gotta walk and you gotta check in. So I go up to the district attorney to check in. The district attorney was like, oh, your name is such and such. We already know who you is. So I'm like, what the fuck you mean you already know who I am? You know what I'm saying? So mind you, it's mad armed. Like this is not like, you know, this is not like courtroom sheriffs. These is like niggas with like I'm thinking like, damn, they must have bust like a drug kingpin or something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they tell me like you can't even wait in the court. They told me to wait outside. So I'm like, wait outside? What kind of shit is this? So I'm waiting outside for my lawyer. My lawyer come. My lawyer like, what the hell you doing outside? I'm like, man, they told me to wait outside. So shit, I mean, I'm waiting outside. I ain't playing with these people. So long story short, my lawyer like, hold on. He was like, don't even go in. He was like, let me go in right now and see what's happening.
Right.
So he come back out. I swear to God, yo, you know I'm not gonna tell no lies on ever. The nigga said, my lawyer came out. He said, you know why all these armed agents are here, right? I said, hell no. Why they here? He said, they here for you. I was like, what you mean they here for me? He was like, yeah, apparently such and such, her name, called up to the courtroom and said you was gonna shoot the courtroom up. Swear to God, yo, I put that on my life. Motherfucking courtrooms got tape. Somebody requested I ain't got a lie. And so now we go to, now mind you, I took that as they was trying to get me knocked off because I drove down there. So if you telling them I'm coming to shoot the courtroom up and you know I'm driving, all they had to do was pull me over and automatically assume I'm hostile. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And fire on me and kill me in the car or something because you done already put it in these people's minds that I'm some kind of renegade. So the shit don't stop there. Now when we walk in the courtroom, they sitting around her protecting her. Like she's in the middle of the district attorney. It's like 20 goddamn police around her and they all sitting there as if I'm gonna try to like attack her or something. So mind you, it don't stop there. Now she tried to get me slayed. She had a district attorney play a video of me and Seti in the courtroom loud as a motherfucker. You can already imagine how that went. So just imagine Seti in a courtroom full of white people on volume, full of white. And so she trying to use this to paint the picture to me, to white people, like I'm some kind of, like, you know, savage or like a black, like I'm some kind of extremist or something. So that's when I was like, wow, because these people supposed to be black power, but you sitting here playing videos of me and Seti in a courtroom full of white people trying to act like I'm a savage. And so now I got to tell the story because I ain't never get to tell my story before and I'm telling it. Fuck that. And so listen to how she told the people she met me. They asked her, have you ever met me before? Now she lied, of course, and said yes. Now they said, how did you meet him? She said we was at an event and she met me and I was telling kids to kill the police. If she lied, I got the transcript. She said under oath on the mother, she got on the stand and under oath, she said that I was telling kids to kill the police. And that she told me that that's not something you should tell kids. And I got mad at her for that and started harassing her ever since.
This shit. I'm like you got transcripts and all that, so I'm not putting that in credit, but this shit sounds insane. Like it sounds like if you told me this story, right, I'd be like, this nigga get high the way he telling the story. Like, because it just sounds far, it sounds like too much to be over a debate or, you know, something that ain't personal. This sounds like some shit like you was married to her for me. Not saying you, but you was married to her.
Let me say,
might have said something crazy, then she doing a show about you. Like it might sound like something like that. Nobody got the stab I just gave.
See, let me say this. Let me say this. She called me out. Remember, if y'all remember correctly, I asked to debate either Shaka Amos or Polite. I wasn't checking for her. Her and the Amara squad came checking for me. And so I didn't know them. I wasn't checking for her. She came checking for me. I never met her until court. And the judge, when the judge asked me, like, do you know this woman? I said, Your Honor, this is my first time ever meeting this woman. I've never been to Baltimore in my life. And the judge was like, what? The judge is like, what? You never met her? I'm like, I don't know this damn lady. And so with that being said, they tried to set me up, tried to get me locked up. That didn't work. You know what I'm saying? That didn't work. And then she's so vicious. She was so vicious. When I tried to tell people what she was doing to me, she put a peace order on me. Now, mind you, right? Listen to this shit, Tazariot.
I'm listening.
I beat the case. The case get through out. 3 days later, she went and put another motherfucking peace order on me. And that peace order damn near lasted for a whole year. So even though I had no more charges, even though I was found not guilty, I was innocent, I still had a peace order on me that literally didn't even just get lifted till last January. Because even after I won the case, she's still being spiteful, went back down there and put another motherfucking order of protection on me just in case I said her name so I can get locked up.
That's motherfucking crazy.
And the motherfucker can't tell me I'm lying, cause nigga, I got every peace order. All I gotta do, listen, you hear this? Listen to this. Listen, I want you to listen. You hear this door opening and closing?
Uh-huh.
All I gotta do is reach in that drawer right now. But I'm not gonna never post nothing because it has people's personal information on there.
Right.
But like I said, I got every transcript, every peace order, every court date. So you know what I'm saying? It's not like I gotta make this story up, but that's what amazed me. You know, the level of demonicism and the level of devilish behavior that I was undergoing underneath what you call the so-called conscious community. Same motherfuckers talking about they the conscious community tried to sit. And like I said, if I commit a crime, I don't mind going to jail for the crime I commit. But if I didn't do it, why you gonna try to set me up? You know what I'm saying? I would never be like, oh, Tazariot broke in my house, knowing damn well you don't even know where the fuck I live. Why would you? I'm a young black man. You know what I'm saying? I'm a young black man. Why would you try to get me locked up? Why would you try to get me locked up for some shit you know I didn't do? You know what I mean? That's why I have a super disgust, you know, and a super bad taste in my mouth for what you call the conscious community. Because nobody came to my aid. Nobody spoke in my everybody knew what was happening. I couldn't say shit, but I told everybody. Everybody could have said something. Nobody said nothing.
Well, now let me ask you, right? So as nobody's saying nothing and you going through all of this, right? What did that make you feel? And you kind of said something earlier as far as the so-called conscious community. Like, did that make you feel like abandoned? Like, where did that, what space did that put you in? Like, does that make you still, like, because a lot of times, from me, myself, personally, I get attacked by everybody that's not us in UPK. So I'm kind of used to being attacked. But let's say if I was attacked by somebody within my school or somebody I felt that was close to me, it would probably bother me more than what it does outside. So being that these was people that you dealt with, had interactions with, XYZ, what space did that put you in? Like, did that make you say the belief system that they supposed to have, which I don't think they have any, but is that to make you think the belief system, or is it the people? Like, what space did that put you in afterwards?
Well, you know, honestly, it kind of broke my heart. And I'm gonna tell you why it broke my heart. Because, you know, it ain't no secret of my background. Like, you know, I come from, how can I say this in the most politically correct manner? I come from the inner city. Okay, let me just say it like that. I come from the inner city. You know, I come from where it ain't no love.
Right.
And so it kind of broke my heart because I took it upon myself to change my own life.
Right.
You know, I took it upon myself to say, you know what? I want to do something positive, you know, in my community instead of being a savage. And so, of course, you start to look for things. And it kind of broke my heart because these people called me. I didn't call them.
Right.
You know, I was minding my fucking business in my own world. And so when they was like, you know, come fuck with us, in my mind, it was like, oh, wow, it's a whole world of people who's positive and, you know, and righteous and da-da-da-da. And then once they basically was hating on my glow and hating on me because, you know, of a lot of things, motherfucking, and they tried to crucify me and willingly was lying to do it, it kind of crushed me because I'm like, dude, I know niggas in the streets that got more code of ethics than you, and they currently still might sell you an ounce of weed. You know what I'm saying? Might sell you, and they wouldn't do no whole shit like that. So I felt like if y'all niggas is doing shit like this, and y'all supposed to be the most intellectual, you know, prestige of what we have as a people, we're doomed. You know, even with when Polite scammed me, Polite scammed me, and he scammed me damn near as soon as I got out of prison. But they didn't know who I was. So when they told me to come fuck with them, they didn't even know that they already had scammed me. And so it was kind of like the universe, because when Sato asked me did I want to fuck with them, he didn't have no idea that I was already scammed. And so, you know what I'm saying? That's how I end up pulling up on them. But long story short, you know, they fucked me over, and it made me realize that, you know, just because somebody look like you, they not for you. And you gotta judge it, you know, you gotta judge a person by your intent, and not because they talking about some, you know, 42 laws of my yacht. Because motherfuckers be talking about some 42 laws of my yacht and be fucking pressing false charges on you and trying to get you locked the fuck up.
Well, this is when I can take the opportunity to plug the difference between everything that you just said and the Israelite School of UPK. In the Israelite School of UPK, that would have never happened to you. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. I'm going to ask the next question. This is more so a statement, not really a question.
Right.
In the Israelite School of UPK, that would have never happened to you. You would have never gotten scammed. What you said was the most important thing you said was when you was like, how do I politically correctly say this? And you was like, I'm from the streets and from the ghetto. That's where we all came from. We all came from the ghetto, no father, no mother, no brother, no nothing, all fucked up in the head. And so just like you saw them as a outlet of brotherhood, you saw them as family. So when I know for me, when I saw General Haas, now captain at the time, when I saw him and he got that white man kissing his feet, I saw that as my family. And so I embraced them as my family. So I went all the way tilt with them, gave my life for them to this day, give my life for them, do everything. I've never experienced that betrayal. Like I hear your story, and when you said it hurt, I feel for you in that pain, because I pray that I never feel that pain. But one thing I can assure you and anybody listening, you would never feel that kind of shit in the Israelite School of UPK. I hear that story, and your story, no disrespect to your story, but your story is the same story that I hear throughout the conscious community, Christianity, Islam. I hear these stories of brothers who come in and they be so sincere. Do y'all hear how sincere he was? Like he was sincere in his story. He was sincere in thinking that he found righteous brothers. He founded a bond. He founded some form of unity, and he put his heart in that. He put his soul there. He trusted in that shit. And they took that shit and crushed that motherfucker. You know what that would make a brother like him do? I ain't never fucking with niggas no more. I ain't never trusted nobody no more. I ain't never doing no dealings with nobody no more. So I just wanted to make that statement off of what you said, brother. First of all, I want to congratulate you for even being able to survive that, keeping your, like, the vibe that you have and you having to keep your mouth shut. I know that in itself was torture, because if y'all don't know from this interview, you give Pharaoh the question, he gonna talk.
Right.
Pharaoh gonna talk. He gonna talk. Yeah, like you're gonna have to interrupt him. You're gonna have to say, okay, let me do this here, because Pharaoh gonna talk. So I can only imagine how it felt to have that type of gag order for something that he clearly did not do. So I applaud you for having that strength too, brother. So I want to kind of segue off of that. We're going to open the phone lines up for a few calls. I don't know how much time you got, but we're going to open up the phone lines for... That was it. Oh, okay. So we're going to open up the phone lines for a few calls. Pharaoh, you cool with taking some questions?
Yeah, I'm cool.
All right, no sweat. So what we usually do, we answer the calls in the order that they came in. I do want to talk about the Nature Boy thing too. And for the sister, Ashe, I had texted her. She told me she was listening. So for the sister Ashe, if you could just let me know what number you're calling from, because once I know the number that you're calling from, I'll let you come on, because that's something Ashe, Pharaoh, and ISUBK has in common, that Nature Boy homosexual. So you want to get into that? So the first caller we got coming in is from the 914-514. What's your name and where you calling from?
Peace. This is Florbroom calling from Orlando, Florida. Peace. Peace, young Pharaoh. Peace, gentlemen.
Hey, peace.
What's
How you
going
doing?
on?
Did you have a question or comment?
You had a question for Pharaoh? What's up?
I did want to comment about the complicity when it comes to abuses of young males in our community. And I love that young Pharaoh kind of touched on that with the Zulu community, how when Bambata was violating young men, that there was a complicity not only with the youth that were in that same scenario, but with the elders that sat and lent a blind eye to those type of abuses. I just wanted to kind of expound upon that. And I think this is something that needs to become more of a discussion. And as well as that, we need to be more concerned about the interactions of our young males and how perhaps collectively we can advocate more for young men. We talk about many women being raped or molested, but there's a lack of discussion or conversation about our young, beautiful sun stars. I call them sun stars because that's what they are. And if we allow for this type of behavior, this type of predatory behavior, like with, and they're going to discuss Nature Boy, which is one of the violators of this, and does come from being abused in the foster care system. We need to come collectively together as adults and elders and find ways that we can be more proactive and protective of our young youth and our young men. Okay, that's all I wanted to state, young gentlemen. I really appreciate this discussion and thank you, young.
No, thank you. Before you go, hey sis, but before you go, on our show, Cross the Line Radio, the first Thursday of every month, we do a show that's dedicated to that very subject: child molestation, victims of dealing with homosexuality. What we prefer to have is the whole entire show dedicated to victims of all different atrocities that can call in, get their stories out. We've had victims call in. We've had victims that became predators, that repented. We've had all of them call in. And so this is a platform that can be, the voices can be heard. So we can,
I appreciate that.
Yeah, so we deal with it. So if you subscribe to the channel, and if you subscribe to the channel, and I'll put our number in the chat, you can actually call us if you actually want to be a guest on the show to expound more on it. All right?
Absolutely, and I'd appreciate that. And also, if you don't know me, it's Pharoah on YouTube. I also have a pretty decent platform. I would love for you, gentlemen.
Yeah, definitely. Well, let me give you the number to call if you want it. I can give it to you now.
Okay. Yeah,
let me know when you're ready. It's 646 481 6315.
6315. Perfect. I would love to.
And
6315. Okay.
Yeah, 646-481-6315.
And this is another thing for all the listeners and you too, sis. You know what I'm saying? If anybody got anybody who's, you understand, affected by being locked up right now in the prison system, we also have a prison program. You know what I'm saying? So y'all want to make sure that, you know what I mean, y'all check out what is it? ISUPKPD Prison Department, you know what I'm saying, at gmail.com. So that this way, if you got anybody who's locked down, you know what I'm saying, trying to get some literature, money on their books, we also supply transportation, you know what I mean, because we out here dealing with real issues.
I support that 1,000%. I really appreciate, and I'm going to stand and listen to the Nature Not conversation, because this is the predator that the pseudo community has allotted to perpetually keeping propaganda without any swift consequences. And like I said, I have a call to the arms of our males, our wonderful alphas.
Well, we really definitely, we'll definitely get on the show and work with you. All right.
Thank you. Thank
all
you.
Right. Thank you, sis. I appreciate it.
Bye,
all right.
Pharaoh. Peace. Peace.
Peace.
All right. All right. No, sir. We're going to take the next call. A caller from 334-728 Auburn, Alabama. You're on live Across the Line Radio. Special guest, young Pharaoh. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Shalom, how you doing?
Hey, Shalom, we good to go. You got a question for young Pharaoh?
No.
Okay.
I don't. I have a question for you or topics. I don't really know how to pronounce it.
Okay, what's the question?
What's going on?
My question is how to properly fast when it comes to food. Like if I wanted to fast from like, I think it's sundown to like the next day. I don't know how it goes, but I wanted to fast and I need to know how to do it.
You just don't eat. You just, like, fasting is something that you got to take very serious. I would actually call and get counsel off air about it because fasting is also something that you don't want to make public for everybody to know. But it's something that you got to prepare your soul and your spirit for because you're not going to be eating for 24 hours. So what I would suggest you do is call the school that's closest to you so that you can get private counsel on that.
Right. So that this way, you know what I'm saying, you don't try to go longer than what your body can handle, or you understand, fast when you have something strenuous planned the next day. So that this way you don't put yourself in harm because, you know what I'm saying, your body could be weaker from fatigue or not having the energy from, you know what I'm saying, from your sustenance. You know what I mean?
Okay. And my next question was like gambling, you know, like scratch off tickets and gambling in general, is that sin, a part of sin, or what?
Nah, gambling is not a sin. It's only when it becomes an addiction. If you spend, you know, your rent money, your baby diaper money, going up. Now, I don't know about you, but I know brothers that spend $50 on numbers and don't get a dime. So you might want to think about the expense of what you're spending and how it could be better spent.
Right.
But gambling itself or playing a lotto, there's nothing wrong with that. But it can become wrong when you're spending money that you don't have on it. That's not your job. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers spend their whole paycheck on a damn lotto. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't do that. But brother, we got a bunch of other callers, all right? So I'm gonna roll on you.
All right. Peace.
All right.
Shalom,
what I would like is for more calls. We got a special guest, Young Pharaoh, on a Saturday. So we don't mind taking questions here, but I would like for y'all to have questions for Young Pharaoh as well. So the next caller is from San Francisco, California, 415-424. What's your name? Where you calling from?
This God hate black people. Calling from Frisco, man.
God hates black people.
Oh, I remember this nut.
Y'all remember me. Y'all
get the X button ready.
Yeah, listen. Fast forward to the part where you start killing shit. All right.
Yeah. Just get the X button ready. Which you got a question for Pharaoh?
Yeah, I just want to say, say, Young Pharaoh, thank you very much, brother. And tell the general, thank you very much for constantly waking up the world, man. You know, y'all keep pushing that hard truth on us, bro, because we need it out here. And I want to say something to the ISUPK. Thank y'all too, man, because it's showing me something really different that I've been looking at y'all about. For y'all to allow this young brother on the show and y'all really sitting down, kicking it like black people supposed to do, man. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all know what Pharaoh stand on and y'all know what y'all stand on, and y'all together, man. And I like this. So yeah, you know.
Well, at some point, I think I appreciate that too, man, because at some point what black people got to see is that you know, we do have our ideological differences, but that don't mean that we can't have regular conversations about anything.
Right. Like, listen, everybody know where the line is. Everybody see the line, but as long as the line ain't crossed, you understand, brothers could always have a dialogue.
And right. And maybe this is show. Maybe this is show other people. Maybe this is show other people how to actually have a conversation, regardless of what your belief system is. Like, I know a lot of people when they saw Young Pharaoh was going to be on our show, and me and Pharaoh talked about this, they assumed it was going to be like some contention or debate.
Yeah, everybody want body bags.
Right. Everybody, they asking for body bags in the chat. No, this is a conversation between two black men about real conversations, and then, you know, we'll just see where it goes from there. Is there anything else you want to say, brother?
Yeah, man, I just want to say I appreciate it, man. And Young Pharaoh.
Yes, sir.
Can you please tell Cedric, man, I love you, man. Y'all keep that shit pushing, man. This guy hate black people from SF, man. 415-424-3099. I love you, brothers, man. All of you brothers, man. Let's do this shit the way it's supposed to be done to save our people, man. Thank you, brother, for letting me call in, man. And I'm letting me finish and enjoying this beautiful show.
All right, no sweat.
Baby, thank you.
All right, no sweat. All right, we're gonna get the next caller. We got a couple more calls, Pharaoh. You ain't got shit to do. No, I'm just fucking with you.
I'm with the Hebrew general right now. I'm straight.
Yeah, just so I don't get checked for not saying this. I'm not a general. I'm just a captain. I appreciate.
I'm the violation.
Yeah. I don't want to get that phone call. He done called you general about 2 times. You ain't say nothing. I'm just a captain.
I thought this whole time I thought he was talking about his man.
Nah, he said he was the general. Meaning he
was okay.
Like you would.
I gotta go change my damn stat because I put that shit in the stat too. Let me go get it right.
All right, no sweat, brother. All right, so
978-876.
Lawrenceville, Massachusetts. You got a question or comment?
Shalom, Shalom.
I got your number from the 2016.
Because
I don't know what that was, but Shalaki, speaking of ideological differences, I don't want to throw a monkey wrench in the program, but I have to ask young Pharaoh, does he believe in the God of the Bible, and what God does he serve?
He said, does I or do like?
He said, do you believe in the God in the Bible, or what God do you serve? That's what he asked you.
Now I have to just answer that question as nicely as I can, because you know damn well I don't subscribe to the Bible. That's the whole. I'm not gonna say that would be an assumption to say you know who I am, but I would like to assume that common sense can tell you with all of this Egyptian regalia on my hoodie and this unk behind me that I don't subscribe to the God of the Bible. So I don't know if that's like a gasoline question when you're trying to get a match started so we can start the. I don't really know where you're coming with that.
Right.
So I would have to tell you, as positively as possible. I do not subscribe to the exact same ideology as my Hebrew brothers here. No, I do not. But that's just one aspect of myself. There's plenty of aspects of myself that do agree with my Hebrew brothers. And one of them aspects is crossing the line. And I just want to let you know you at the line right now. You at the I hope that question.
Now the piggyback question off of that was I guess what God you subscribe to, which you kind of answered them both in the same. So to the caller, did you have any other question besides that?
I mean, he didn't really answer what God does he serve. He did answer the first one. I want to know his opinion of the God of the Bible, but what God do you serve, young Pharaoh?
Listen, I don't. If you ask me, do I serve a mystical deity? The question is no. I don't believe in no religious deity. I don't believe in the God of the Bible, the God of the Quran. I don't believe in Veda, in Brahma and the Veda. I don't believe in Santa Claus. I don't believe in no deity outside myself. I don't know how else to answer that. I don't know how else to be straightforward. Basically, if there's a God and it's ascribed to a religion, me personally, I don't believe in that. So, I don't know how else. I hope. Do y'all think I'm answering this question as direct as possible?
Yeah, that's. I don't think it can get more direct than that.
Okay, right. I don't believe in a God like that.
Are you an atheist?
No, I'm not an atheist. Only a moron would believe that things just magically appeared here. But I don't subscribe to a religious concept. That's the most mannerable way I can say that.
So yeah.
All right.
May you repeat his question, please? What did he say?
I believe he said, "Are you agnostic?" But that's gonna be the last question for him. We got a ton of other callers.
Yeah, brother. If you want to hold, we could probably come back to you. We want to try to get all the callers in. They got a question. We got a bunch of them, so we're gonna put you on hold for a second. We'll come back to you.
Sound like he want to cross the line.
Yeah.
If y'all,
he called the show to battle young Pharaoh.
He don't want to do that though, because I'm on my best behavior right now. But I crossed the motherfucker.
No,
yeah, we gonna get some more calls.
203-554. Stanford, Connecticut. You on live? You got a question or comment?
Yes, I have a question for.
Yeah, hello. Is this Mark?
Is this Mark? Go ahead, brother. You got a question?
No, this is not Mark. Tyrone.
No, that was a caller.
Yeah, that was a caller. Yeah,
go ahead.
We got y'all on like a group chat, man. Sometimes cats, they unmute themselves because they nuts.
Is this Mark?
Okay.
Go ahead, brother.
Come on, brother Tyrone.
Your music is fire too. Just want to say that.
Hey, I appreciate you. All right, for real. I'm gonna drop bomb.
My question, piece two, Pharoah. My question was, I asked you this in Harlem like a couple of years ago, right? If you don't know who your father is, right? You was adopted. How do you know if you're part of your Israel?
Come to class, we'll tell you. We got a very good vetting session. We had the devil try to come and be an Israelite. We vetted the shit out of him.
He didn't make it through the gate.
He didn't make it.
No,
he tried to tell us he was Puerto Rican. We found out otherwise.
Okay, I'm saying though, but if I say I'm black, but I speak Creole. So I'm saying, how would you know?
What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know what that
but
means.
I speak Creole.
Listen,
What does that mean? Listen,
I told you.
Just listen. I know you said you was adopted. Just come to class. Where you from? Where you from?
I'm from Mount Vernon, New York, but I live in Virginia.
Okay, no sweat. Let me give you the number to call.
We got a school in Virginia. You know what I'm saying? All you got to do is go to class, and let me tell you something. You're gonna find out.
You can ask questions, but you can't give me no.
You got
no direction with.
We not only give you direction, we giving you a phone number.
Give you the phone number to call in Virginia. You're gonna go there, and then we're gonna find out if you're a brother or so-called brother. You ask the question, I'm giving you the answer, but you got to take the action on the question, on the answer given. So now you ready to take the number?
I'm gonna take this number, but they're gonna tell me who my father is.
Brother, just follow instructions. That's why I'm giving you the number.
Oh yeah, bro. You sound like my woman right now.
All right, you ready? All right, the number is 610-803-8814. All right, 610-803-8814. Call that number, you get tightened up. All right. He said he sound like my woman right now.
I'm telling you, man.
Next caller.
Like, is it that time of the month?
Atlanta, GA, 404-985. You're on live across the line radio. What's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Tish.
How you doing,
What's
Tish?
up,
You got a
Tish?
question for us or young Pharaoh? What's up?
Well, you had it right. I'm from Atlanta. I go by the handle Facing East on YouTube. But I have a perspective that I wanted to lay out there, if that's okay.
Okay, is this directed, just so I can be clear, is this directed for young Pharaoh, directed for us, or just to all three of us?
Well, I guess it can be directed to young Pharaoh. Peace to you, King. How you doing?
Peace, Queen. I'm all right. How you doing tonight?
Hey, girl.
That's the first time Queen was ever said on Cross the Line. Hold on 1 second. That's the first time Queen was ever said on Cross the Line Radio. That's an epic moment, Pharaoh.
Right. Put it in the book. Put it in the book.
No, but go ahead, sis. You got
crazy.
Go
But
ahead,
I
sis.
wanted to make this maybe 3 parts, okay?
Oh, my wife mad at me now. I love you, baby.
And because I know we have the Queen, Ashe Divine, hopefully we'll be able to hear from her. But I just really want to stop a snowball, if I can, snowball effect, and just bring in an objective perspective to what's been going on, because I know you all were going to lead into this. I was hoping that you would catch her call before mine, but I did want to speak about Nature Boy and that whole thing.
Okay.
Because people are saying that he's a pedophile. So I'll start with this question, and then I do want to bring that perspective. What is it that we're using to say that he's a pedophile?
Woo! Thank you for asking that. See, I'm glad you asked, because you listen. I've been over here with my finger on the trigger the whole time. Asking that question was the equivalent of them saying fire at will. That was exactly what you. So let me play audio. See, I have audio.
Hey, hold on, before Pharaoh, before you go, Pharaoh, before you go off, the chat room is waiting for the body bag. We also gonna have another first. Young Pharaoh's gonna break ground and give the first body bag that wasn't by Captain Tazayak or Captain Katazar. Young Pharaoh, you got the floor.
That's right. It was ordained by them. So you know this body bag don't have all kind of special shit in it. All right? Now I want everybody to, before I do this, because this is for the Queen specifically who asked the question, I would just like to let you know, as you know something about me, I don't make things up. I like to let people speak, and then I reiterate or rebut on what they said. I'm finna play you an audio clip of Nature Boy saying, okay, he said out his mouth that children get molested but it's for a good reason. And he's saying that molestation, it can have some kind of spiritual ascensional purpose. Now I'm gonna play the audio. It's gonna be about 5 to 10 seconds. So listen, I'm gonna play it, then I'm gonna rewind it one more time, then I'm gonna play it again. Here we go. Here we go. Let's go. Thing. Listen to this. Let me make y'all can hear that, right?
Yeah, we can hear you coming through fine.
Okay, I pause. All right, here we go. Sick, weird ass, bitch ass nigga. Listen to this nigga. Here we go. Here we go. Listen.
You have physical sex with them. You are exchanging and activating genetics.
Listen.
A lot of people were molested as children, but for a good reason.
Okay. All right. Now let me run that shit back. Let me run that shit back. Let me run that shit back. I'm not, listen, I got so many receipts on this nigga. I don't understand how this nigga is not out yet.
Body bag.
Let me run that back one more time.
What? A lot of people were you are exchanging and
here we go.
You have physical sex with them. You are exchanging and activating genetics.
Listen.
A lot of people were molested as children, but for a good reason.
All right. So now, does that answer your question?
Yes. Thank you, young Pharaoh.
Thank you for calling in, sweetie.
Before we do the sound effects now.
Right.
I remember I said I have an objective.
You have an objective, right?
He didn't say that he molested children in that clip.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's the thing. I know that Nature Boy has a warped, and I don't even want to say warped. He has a different perspective on a lot of things.
Oh, bless your Christian heart.
There was another clip where he said that he allowed his child to play with his penis. Okay? Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Just objectively, he recanted that statement and said, that's not what I meant by that.
Now pause. Let me say this thing because I don't want to cut you off.
Hold on, Pharoah. Let me jump in on the body bag, right? You know, pedophilia is not just penetration, sis. That's what you got to understand. Pedophilia is not just molesting a child where you penetrating them, whether they be male or female. Having that boy touch his penis, that's also pedophilia. And you can't, he can't get around the retraction because the brother in our school saved his son from that lifestyle with his woman that helped her get that boy from him. So he can tell you that he retracted it, but he did not retract it. I seen him on Sinetta's channel try to clean it up, say he didn't mean to say this or didn't mean to say that, but that's exactly what he meant. To have your son say to you, yours is bigger than mine, means that he has his child around him where he can see his penis. So you have to understand what pedophilia is. A lot of people think pedophilia is just molesting physically, but there's a mental, there's a psychological, there's so much that's involved with that, because now what do you think that boy is going to think about when he's around other boys? That it's okay to touch their penis too. It's okay to be naked around them too. So he is a pedophile.
And hold on, Pharoah, before I pass it to you, Tish, do you have children?
No, I don't have children.
I didn't think so. You understand?
I don't have any children. And to be honest, you know, and I'm going to say something personal here. Maybe I shouldn't, but I'm going to go ahead and go there because I've seen my mother naked. And my mother and I would take baths together. I was 5 years of age. So are we talking about, is it not okay to even be naked around our children? And
hold on, let me jump in. Let me jump in now. Because I got to make sense of all this. Okay? Let me make sense of all this. Women deal with each other to a certain extent in that manner. If you go in a women's locker room, women take their bra off. Women do things with their body that men don't do. Period. I'm hesitant to take my shirt off in front of another nigga. That's just a fact. And I want to speak on this.
Mm-hmm.
If you say I let my son play with my penis, that's not no accident shit.
Right.
You don't say that on accident. So if you say that he recanted that statement, that don't mean he recanted that action. You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas write statements to the police. Like you could kill a motherfucker and say, yeah, I shot him. It was self-defense. And then at trial, you can say, I recant that statement. That didn't mean you didn't shoot this man. And so,
and if I could just chime in too as well, here's where we'll differ on a few things. Number one, he didn't just say that his son seen his penis. He said his son played with his penis. He said his son saw him having sex. And his sister said when she saw her mother naked, that was wrong. Like when Pharaoh, here's where we'll differ. When you go into a locker room and it's okay for the women to have their titties and their breasts and all that stuff out, that's a culture to breed lesbianism. Right. Just no different than if it's a culture to breed homosexuality. That's why you'll have a lot of sisters that become lesbians because they think it's okay to see like the influence that we give sexually to our children, to our young girls, our young boys. We got to be very careful of what's accepted. I'm not saying that you all the way with it. I'm not saying that you all the way with that Pharaoh. But what I'm saying is we grew up thinking that it's okay for women to be around each other that way, but men can't.
Listen, you right, but this is the point where I was gonna go with it.
Okay.
Me personally, this is me personally, because I actually got a daughter coming.
Mm-hmm.
When my daughter get to a certain age, it's just things I'm not doing with my daughter. You know, the mama got to do that. So that's just that's where I was. I don't want nobody to think I'm saying nothing crazy, but where I was finna go is, I would rather the mother be more intimate with the body of the daughter than a male. And then, and the reason I was making that point is to try to get some credence to the fact that men, we don't really belong around no child, male or female, naked, let alone another male. So if we don't want to be around our own, daughters naked, why would you want to be around your son naked to the point where you let your son grab your phallus? Right. So it's no way I can rationally say, you know what, nigga, that was a mistake. Like people do shit like drop their kid on accident. That's a mistake. You don't accidentally let your son. And then he said, I let it happen. I got the clip right here. I will play this shit. I got it. It's right here, ready to go.
Before you do, this leads me into my next question before I was interrupted by Tish. Tish,
yes, sir.
Would you, if you had a child, I know you don't have a child, so it might be hard for you to envision, because once you actually have a child, you understand, you could say you do this, that, and the third, but once you see that baby born, you instinctively get a parental instinct to want to protect that child and make sure that they grow up properly. If you had a son, would you want any male, you understand, father or not, to play with your son's penis?
Whoa. Absolutely not.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think that.
So
Nature Boy said he was playing with his son's penis. No.
Pharaoh, get the receipt, please.
Nature Boy, no. Nature Boy said that he let his son play with his penis.
Right.
Exactly.
So that's the question.
So let's reverse it.
So can your son play with another man's penis?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely
so
not.
Why would that even be something in question here as to regards?
What are you trying to justify?
Right. That's that. Thank you. You got straight to the point. What are you trying to justify?
Well, this is what I'm trying to justify.
Right.
It's just looking at things objectively, but don't get me wrong. I'm not an advocate for pedophilia. So let's just get that.
But what are you trying to justify is the question.
It's wrong. It's wrong.
Okay, so you know, sis.
Hold on, let me answer. Let me answer, brother.
Go ahead. I'll give you a second.
Pharaoh, remember you called her queen.
Give me the floor the way I let the three of you on the floor, so you can understand where I'm coming from. The thing is this: if you're saying that having sex in front of a child is sex abuse, I get that, because you shouldn't be exposing. You're correct, Captain, that if you do certain sexual things, if you speak in sexual perverseness, or if you're having sex in front of a child, that's wrong. That's still sex abuse.
Right.
I'm just questioning another side. Was this a baby in a crib? Was this a toddler? That's all I'm saying.
So there's an age limit that you can play with the penis.
You want to put the shoe on the other foot and say, would I let my son, or would I let my
Hold on, y'all. Let me answer.
Hold on.
Hold on. Let me answer. Let me dialogue with her. Let me dialogue with her, because it was kind of, I want to dialogue with her because it was kind of directed towards me. So let me just, agree with you for 1 second, right, Queen? Let me agree with you. if the baby was a toddler, if the baby was an infant, or if the baby was a teenager, would it make any difference? Or should it be something that we should take into consideration about a father letting his son play with his penis? So if I was to say, you know what, how old was the kid? If I'm going to consider the age, what would you say I should be taking into consideration that would make me have mercy upon this action? Is there anything?
This is the one thing that I'm envisioning. If the child is in the crib sleeping, and the mother and the father, the husband and the wife, they have a moment, I mean, do we need to crucify them for that? Because the child doesn't even
listen. I don't want to cut you off. But I gotta say this. Listen, what you're envisioning, right, is what you're envisioning. But we're not technically envisioning. We going off what he said. He didn't say the child was in the crib. And from what he said, and I've seen his son, and ISUPK have seen his son. So this was a toddler age child. And so by going off the facts, this child at the time was at least anywhere from maybe 4 to probably 6 years. I'll say 3 to 6 years old. And so going off of what Nature Boy said out of his mouth, not us trying to envision nothing. He said after he got done having sex with this woman at the time, he let his son play with his penis. And so if the child was in the crib, that means he went and got the child out the crib to let it happen, which makes it even worse. And so my thing is,
I'm not defending Nature Boy's actions at all. I mean, actually, when you put it that way, to say, hey, would you let your son play with your husband? Absolutely not. I mean, that would bring up all kinds of red flags. But, you know, when they're in front of a camera and they're saying certain things and it gets sensationalized, sometimes you want to get the full story and you want to know, what are we basing this on? And that's wisdom. So, you know, I think that my brothers here can understand that the Most High says a wise man considers well.
Hold on.
That comes first things right.
Yeah. Hold on, sis.
That, so I'm still a queen.
No. Sis, here's no. I'm not letting none of this shit fly right now. Your dialogue is why Eddie Long got away with molestation. Your dialogue is why Bambata got away with molestation. Because somebody's trying to, what about this? What about that? Now, fuck that. Let me tell you something. I object to a boy touching a man's penis. You understand? Like you talking about, no. You're out your mind. I'm gonna have to mute you right now with your, you understand, emotional rant right now. You understand? That dialogue and that justification and trying to find some kind of fucking excuse is why pedophilia exists inside our communities. And this is why, listen, man, we love black women. We love Hispanic women, but it's why you can't protect the fucking household. Because that shit don't go down when there's a real man in the household. You see, Officer Dawada is a real man. He's a father to the fatherless. That's why he protected that child that his father was fucking molesting.
Hey,
you get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
You called her a queen. I just want
straight up and down, man.
Listen, let me let you know something. Hold on. Let me let you know something. I'm in the house of the Hebrews. The Hebrews don't play. She's still a queen with me, but I want to let y'all queens know.
Yeah.
The house of the Hebrews, they not gonna be. I'm gonna try to, reason with you. They gonna.
I'm gonna try to give you a shot.
Yeah, but they gonna chop it. You know what I'm saying? But let me
tell you something. Let me tell you something, Pharoah. Like, you answered her question with his own word. What bothers me the most is, like, you answered her question, not even with your words, with her own words. Excuse me, with his own words, showing what he has done. And she bringing it to a crib. I don't know children that are in cribs that can talk. For him to clearly say yours is bigger than mine, not only could he talk, he had an understanding of what his thing was,
exactly,
what his father's thing was.
Right.
So he's talking about 5, 6 years old or 4 of him knowing that he got a penis.
Right.
Finding out he's seeing another penis that's bigger. That's not what a child is supposed to learn at no 5, 6, 7 years old, let alone, and it's something that he being subjected to because the nigga said he does it in front of the kid.
Exactly.
And if the kid is playing with the penis, What environment is taking place? He just sitting on the couch with his rod out. Like, come here, little boy. Let me show you something.
And then what it make it even worse is he said, when we get done having sex, my son play with my penis. Quote, he said, I'll let it happen. And so now we make it.
So when he get finished tearing.
Hold on. Let me play the clip.
Yeah, please play the clip. Yeah. We need receipts. We need receipts, Pharaoh. We need some receipts.
God damn it.
Go ahead, get the clip.
All right, here we go. Here we go right now. The nigga said he let it happen, god damn it.
See me,
now listen.
I like to be naked. Let me tell you a little something about nature boy. See me, I'm a real human. See my kids, when I see my son, this is how I treat my son. We naked together. My son started being ashamed of his body. And I seen it happen. I didn't want that to happen. They made him ashamed of his body. They showed him that he was naked. I did not want him to know he was naked. I said, son, look here. I didn't even want him to be in a world where he knew he was naked.
Pause, I just want to jump in really quick to say, if you talking to your son about being naked, just like the captain said, there's no way he can be at an age where he's in the crib.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you. Also, too, why would he even be ashamed of being naked? Like, so you taught him about nakedness before you even got to the penis. So what are you teaching me? Like, again, remember her question was about pedophilia. What is he really grooming this child for?
Exactly.
If he's coaching him on nakedness, so now he's ashamed to be naked. If he coaching him on touching the penis, what's coming next?
Exactly. Now let's keep it kicking. Here we go.
I mean, it's like, go ahead, Pharoah. Go ahead. Play
that he never knew he was naked. I take bath with my kids. I'm naked with my kids. I have sex in front of my kids. Which way? I have sex in front of my kids. I have sex in front of my kids. Be ashamed of sex. My son,
here we go.
Breastfeeding, I'll be making love to his mom. That's me, bro. Which way? That ain't me. That's how I get down around kids. That ain't how the fuck I get down.
And listen. And on that for a second, Pharaoh.
Yeah.
He said that's how I get down around kids.
Exactly. With an S.
Would mean he ain't just talking about his son. Anything that you'll do to your son, to a child that belongs to you, you don't give a fuck about.
You'll do anyone else.
You know what's crazy that you said that is because this is just a clip. But if you watch this whole video, you know why he made this video? Because people were saying, I guess somebody went over there with a kid, and people were saying why people don't want to bring their kids over there. And Nature Boy was saying he not gonna change who he is. So if you bring your kids, this how he getting down. So he don't want you to bring your kids over there. That was the whole point why he even went on this rant. But let me finish it. Let me finish the clip.
Animal. No sweat.
They're gonna be ashamed to cover themselves up, and I'm pure at heart. So you can think in your mind, if I let another kid here, I'm gonna have to change the way I am so that your kid can be comfortable around me. No, I'm gonna be naked as fuck in front of your kids. You're gonna be naked in front of my fucking kid. He grabs my penis.
There we go.
Did he do a remix to it?
Let me fast forward to it. Here we go, right here.
Here
we go.
I let him grab my penis. I had sex with his mom. I'm naked. After I'm done, I'm laying there chilling. He grabbed my penis. He's playing with my penis. I let that happen. This way.
Okay. So that's it. You heard what he said. Y'all heard what he said.
Like there ain't no getting out of that.
Yeah, there is no getting out of it. You know what I mean? We're going to go to the next caller. Caller from the 773-347-8824. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Peace, family. This is Ashe Divine calling from North Dakota.
All right.
Hey, what's going on,
now,
sis?
you all the way in North Dakota?
Yeah. I've been here for about 8 years now.
Good Lord. I ain't even know niggas was in North Dakota.
I don't know where that is.
Yeah, we here.
You give me a blank map. I can't find that shit.
I'm just messing with you, sis. I'm just messing with you. All right, so now, for those that don't know, Ashe is a sister that has a bit of a history. She'll give more detail into her interaction or history with the Nature Boy cat. I sent her the video we did Thursday. So of course I wanted to give her an opportunity to speak on this platform. Young Pharaoh knows the sister. I had the opportunity to dialogue with her shortly. So sis, you got the floor. What's your question, comment, statement, whatever?
Okay, thank you for having me on. I'm grateful to be able to speak here because first and foremost, just let me say, I was recently on the show with Finetta, and as I began to speak about the pedophilia pertaining to Nature Boy, I was cut off and was not allowed to speak about it. And that video since then has been removed. Okay,
Wow.
and so to the sister that just called in. To the sister that just called in, I'm a mother first and foremost. I have 3 daughters.
Right.
And there should be no justification, should no question come to mind.
Right.
Especially when you hear something like that. Now, I'ma just assume that she haven't seen none of my videos because I done already bought all the receipts on this clown right here. You see what I'm saying? And for those who want to know, there is no history between me and Nature Boy. I'm just a regular stay-at-home mom who happens to stumble upon a video one day. And at this point, he was talking about transsexuals and gay men are the gatekeepers, and it's a gift to be gay. And so I did commentary on that video. This was about a year or so ago. And it went viral on Facebook and YouTube. And he just so happened to come across it. He came in my inbox begging me to take it down. We get into an argument.
So sis,
and you know, it went from there.
Okay, so sis, what I actually like that better, that you said you didn't have no history. I wasn't sure of that. So what you're saying, if I hear you right, you saw this on YouTube or saw the bullshit on YouTube and decided to say something about it. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Let me give you a couple. Let me give you a couple shots. Now, the reason why I give you the shots is because I like I said, I didn't know too much about. I didn't even know much about the Nature Boy cat till I saw the thing on Sinetta's channel. I didn't really know too much about him. But what I love about what you said was, this was just something that you saw on YouTube and you did something about it. This is what we as a Black community are supposed to do.
Right.
We're supposed to see atrocities like this being committed and being allowed to just flourish on the damn internet. And nobody says nothing and treats it like it's the norm. So I applaud you, sis, for being able to do that and being able to stand up, because like you about to go into some more, you got a lot of flack for that. He contacted you XYZ. So I didn't really want to cut you off, but I wanted the people to understand that this ain't something where he did something to you. This is something that you saw and did something about. This is what the Black community is supposed to do. We see pedophilia or pedophilia activity or gay activity, we supposed to say something about it. So you guys, sis, you can finish. I just wanted to point that out.
No, you're right. And like now, you know, I'm getting a lot of backlash. Or you know what people are saying, oh, you are obsessed with Nature Boy. You are this, you are that, because you know I'm constantly putting out truth, and I'm not even, you know, I'm showing stuff that he said from his own mouth, but it's weird shit. Like the pedophile thing, the letting the child up, your son play with your penis thing. I got a whole lot of backlash from that. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, the people that's speaking out about it are the ones that's getting the backlash, are the ones that's looked at as crazy. But my question is, why is pedophilia swept under the rug so much? And this is what I wanted to talk about on Sinetta's show, because Nature Boy is constantly running from this. He said that there was a good reason behind child molestation. So me and thousands of other people want to know, what's the good reason? What is the good reason behind child molestation? What type of spiritual awareness or awakening will one get from child molestation? And here's another question. He himself said that he was molested as a child. This is what he said out his own mouth. I got the receipts too, okay? Then he turned around and said that as a child, I knew that wasn't right. So what would make it right now? Why are you promoting pedophilia by saying that there's a spiritual awakening or a good reason from it? You know what I mean? That's what I want to know.
Hey,
and he has yet to come forth and talk about this. And it needs to be talked about.
Sis, you said a lot, man. You know what I'm saying? But I've oh shit. I know, hold on. I noticed, you know what I'm saying, that that happens a lot inside the community. And you know, I've been with Captain Nazar, you know what I'm saying, you know, working by his side, you understand, underneath his command for several years now. And we did 3 installations, 3, right?
No, 4. No homo, child molestation, no homo part 2. 3.
We did 3 installations against, you know what I'm saying, child molestation and homosexuality in general. And what I start to notice is you'll hear people like Sinetta or people from the conscious community saying something along the lines of, oh, y'all are speaking against homosexuality. Y'all must be a gay or something like that. But if I speak against the drug dealer, nobody thinks I'm selling drugs. You get what I'm saying? Like there's like a unanimous spirit running through the earth right now that's trying to protect that spirit. That's trying to protect child molesters. That like which is why it gets swept under the rug, because it's like it's either they're a victim of it, right? You get what I'm saying? And they're afraid to talk about it, or they have a love for the molester and they want to protect them, but they don't understand that they harming the victim as well, or they don't have the strength to battle it.
There's a culture that's been ingrained in the Black community to protect the predator. That's the problem. The culture has been protect the uncle. I remember Chris Rock made a joke one time when he was like, everybody got that molester uncle. And then they say, what you was doing with Uncle Johnny? Get away from Uncle Johnny, as if it's your fault instead of fucking Johnny up. Like, why is Johnny allowed to be around the kids in the first place?
Right.
Like, there's like to answer the first question, why is this allowed? Because this is a culture that's accepted. And God forbid if you love that individual. If you love the predator, you're going to protect that predator regardless of who they are touching. And the conscious community, and I can say this because when I did them 3 lectures, them lectures was not supported. If I said I was doing a lecture with Polite, it would be packed. If I was doing it with Garfield, Unc, well, I would never do shit with Garfield. I didn't mean to say that. But if I was doing with Unc, Seti, even a young Pharaoh, if we was doing a debate about some bullshit, it would be packed. But when I've done them lectures on child molestation, me and Irritated Genie did a lecture together. Now he's Kemet. I'm Israel. You had an Israelite brother and a Kemetic brother doing a lecture on child molestation, and the conscious community did not support it because I'll tell you what they won't say. They love homosexuals.
Right.
They love homosexuality.
Right.
And they will never fully support it. Even a situation with Bam where they're making Poppy the story. Poppy shouldn't be the story. Poppy is not fit to be the story. Poppy, I love Poppy. I used to talk to Poppy, try to counsel him, get him to be right. But Poppy is not fit for this fight.
Right.
And Poppy don't have to be fit for this fight because he's the victim. He needs to be protected. He just don't realize it.
Right.
He needs protection and counsel and needs to shut the fuck up and need to sit down. But Poppy is not the story. Bambata is the story. But the more we talk, the more that Poppy is talked about, you know who we not talk about? Bambata and the molesting that he's doing. And that's the agenda that exists in the Black community to just not face themselves. And that's to answer your question, why it's not talked about. That's why I take sisters like yourself, which is why I take brothers like us, even young Pharaoh banging on Nature Boy the way that he's doing. Somebody has to expose this homosexual bullshit that's allowed to plague our young men, our young women, and it just shouldn't be allowed, sis.
And you know what? I just want to say a couple of more things here. Like, as a woman, because you know he has a lot of female following, and a lot of his female following is against me because of the videos and stuff I put out. But I just want to say this to all the Nature Boy reflections and everybody that is so against me. As a woman and as a mother, we have to be conscious and aware about the people of the people who we are around and conscious of the things that they're saying. I play video clips of Nature Boy himself saying things about the child molestation. I play video clips of him saying how he will beat the shit out of a woman. Yes, I played these things. And it's just like, wow, at what point do we wake up? What point do we wake up?
Sis, you want to know when?
Women going out there. And it was even a point to where a woman who was going out there with him was just commenting under my video, saying all type of crazy stuff to me, went out there, got kicked out less than 24 hours. I was the first person that she contacted. And she said, sis, I'm sorry I didn't listen to you. I'm sorry I didn't listen to you. You know what I mean?
Hey,
and
sis.
So that's just the thing.
That's so heavy what you said. And that's why I wanted to add on. I didn't mean to stop you mid-stride, but they won't understand till it happens to them because some of our people are too selfish. It's like when Lil Wayne said, I never experienced racism. You know what I'm saying? Like the love or acceptance from somebody that you looking at, somebody with clout, you get what I'm saying, will make you push all that to the side. Like, because a white man hasn't harmed Lil Wayne, he doesn't understand that white people are the devil. Well, but those women, you understand, are obsessed with the idea that this is a man who calls us a god. This is a man who, oh wow, he must have so much respect for us. Meanwhile, he'll fuck your son.
Right.
He'll fuck in front of your son. You understand? And until it happens to them, they'll never be able to have the empathy or the compassion on somebody else. And that's because they're too selfish, man. And that's why they coming at you when you have compassion.
And what we're trying to do, and if I could just add one more, and I give the floor back to you or Pharaoh, whichever one want to chime in. What Nature Boy, Bambata, and all of them is an example of what happened when molestation goes unchecked. The reason why we must speak up is because victims of sexual trauma that goes unchecked turns into people that makes excuses for why they come up with why homosexuality and pedophilia must be accepted, because it was never checked for them. So that's why we can never let that fight go. That's Captain Soccer Wars quote verbatim. But that's why we must not let this fight go, regardless of if somebody take a video down, somebody don't support you. I wouldn't care if 5 people didn't show up to my lecture, I would still do it. If 5 people don't listen to my show, I would still do it, because those that you do touch, it will actually save their life, because victims don't have a voice. This is the one crime that the victim does not have the voice. The one crime. This is the one crime where as soon as you say I was touched by uncle or auntie or whomever, they start looking for excuses to justify, oh, you get over it. And you know why? Because we treat sex that small in the first place. Because sex is allowed to just happen. Like you have sex, one night stands, sleep with 5 people, sleep with 4 people. Because sex is looked at as such a small thing is why we don't look at it when our young daughter's virginity is taken at 7 or at 9, or a young boy is violated at 2 or 4, because you know how we look at it? It was bound to happen anyway, whether it happened at 8 or 15. Whereas imagine if we valued what sex was. If we valued what sex was, maybe child molestation would mean a little bit more than what it does. But sis, I didn't know if you wanted to say anything else, or if Pharaoh wanted to chime in. I know Pharaoh been quiet. You can't keep Pharaoh quiet for more than 5 minutes.
Go ahead, guys. You got something to say, you can go ahead. No, that's right. And y'all know, I want y'all to know this is my great sis Ashe Divine on here. Y'all, if you don't know, you better get in tune. Her first YouTube page, slut bucket ass Nature Boy flagged it down like a bitch. She got all the receipts on it, but she got another one up. But I just want to backtrack real quick, and I'm sorry, but I'm about to have to cross the fucking line, because you brought up Poppy. All right. Now I heard you say, I don't know if you synced this shit about to play yet, so you might need to pour you another shot. Shit, pour me a shot and hand me one through the screen, because I'm gonna need one.
This is Cavassier, not Henny. Salakia. This is Cavassier.
Well, you're gonna need Henny Bakier. You're gonna need some Henny Bakier.
If it's what I think you're gonna play, I'm familiar with it.
Yeah, I gotta play this, because since you're on the subject, I gotta put my 2 cents.
Oh, it's important. It's important to play it. Go ahead and play it.
Now, this right here, what y'all about to hear me play, y'all, is Poppy threatening to rape Kev Gill's kids. Okay, now listen to this shit. Listen.
For the children is the same nigga who just said this. Listen. Well, I tell you what. Let me find your motherfucking son. Right? Let me find your son or your daughter, and let me catch them at 12 years old. And when I stick heavy dick in that little 12, 13-year-old little bitch, just understand, she ain't a victim. When I fuck your 12-year-old son, 13-year-old son, and then run through your family and fuck all the other children. Okay.
I gotta pause it.
I appreciate it. Now, Pharaoh, I've heard that. That's why you notice I said I love Poppy. I talked to him. I tried to counsel him, but he need to shut the fuck up. That's why I said that. Like, he's not fit to be the face of anything. Okay. He don't know how to respond. Like, he just a cat that was molested, grew up in the streets, grew up in the hood. So he's not a counselor. He can't fix himself. So for sure he can't fix nobody. And the minute you attack him, the only thing he know how to do is attack with violence, because that's all he ever known was violence. So so if you heard me talk, I said he should sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up. I'm in agreement with that. Poppy should not have another YouTube page. until he gets proper counsel. Because imagine now you take a guy like Poppy that makes that statement. You know what he's doing? He's encouraging other people to continue the lifestyle. Because now all you got to do is just make an excuse to do it. So I'm still in the, like, I'm never going to not, like, okay, Poppy is a victim, but he's just the worst kind of victim. Like, if I was to compare two individuals, I would say Poppy and Ron Savage. So Ron Savage is like the victim that's real fucked up, and he's a nice guy trying to recover.
Boy, Nature Boy was molested as a kid too. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah, you might have just cut me a little bit. I guess because when Poppy thought when he made that statement, this is what Poppy thought when he made that statement. He thought when he made that statement that people was going to understand where he's coming from.
Right.
But he used the worst freaking metaphor that you could ever use in life. And he thought that people was going to understand what he meant by that when they was never going to understand it. Right. So that's why I'm kind of like separating him a little bit from Nature Boy, right? Only for that regard. I don't think he meant it. He just don't know. He just ain't fit to do this job.
I heard.
And I just want to just cut in a little bit.
Go ahead.
I don't know too much about Poppy, and I didn't know that much about Sinetta, but I found out about Poppy through Sinetta because I had came across a video, the same video that Pharaoh just played, but it was Sinetta banging like hard body on Poppy, calling him all type of pedophiles. And when I heard it, I was like, "Yo, this nigga a pedophile!" Like, I made a video about it. And so my thing was though, like, why did Sinetta go so hard on Poppy, but ain't said shit about Nature Boy? Actually, he said he supports Nature Boy, but I didn't understand Poppy's I guess I didn't understand what he was trying to say when he said it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like I told other people, because when I posted that video, I got a lot of backlash like this. You need to go and check Poppy out. He ain't no pedophile. But this is my thing. I'd have been angry a lot of times, and I never told nobody I'm gonna fuck I'm gonna your daughter. I mean, that just don't make sense to me. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I mean, I still right now don't know how to take that statement. I just feel like
I agree.
It should have never been said.
Right, and that's what I agree with that sentiment exactly. Like, he shouldn't have said shit. Like, he for sure shouldn't have made that metaphor. It just shows his lack of intelligence to be able to deal with this subject. Like, he's too emotional because he's never gotten over it himself. He's too emotional to be able to talk about it. So Pharoah, I'm in agreement with you, but he tried to explain it that he was just angry because Kev Gills, I believe, is the cat that he was talking about, and all they was doing was coming at him.
They downplayed what happened to him.
Right. They down, like, again, I'm like the sister said, I've been angry. I've been mad too. So the anger is no excuse. So in no way I'm excusing what Poppy said.
Right.
I'm not even trying to understand that shit at all.
Right.
I'm on the same page as y'all. That's why I said Poppy is a cat that you can't do things to him. Like, he threatened to fight people, shoot people, kill, because that's all he know. So he thinking people gonna understand him when they're really not. So I'm on board with the system, I'm on board with Ashay, and I'm on board with you, Pharoah. On board both. You out? That was some Shabbat thumb. All right, I can see you. So I'm on point with both of y'all with that, Pharoah. I'm on point with you. I agree with you 100%, and I agree with Ashay 100% on that.
That's right. Yeah, we don't even got to spend too much time on it, but since it got brought up, you know, I had to.
No, that's why I brought it up. I mean, stuff, because I had heard the sister bring up Poppy as well, and I felt she made an excellent point when she said, "I've been angry, but I ain't never been that angry to say that stupid shit." Like, and that shit was stupid to say.
That's what you call a pedophile. When you say some pedophile shit mixed with some metaphor shit, that's what you call a pedophile. Okay, Nature Boy out here using metaphor.
I'm gonna drop a bomb on that. I'm gonna drop a bomb on that one.
Nature Boy out here using pedophores. Poppy out here using pedophores. Y'all niggas gotta stop. But just go back to classical threats. Go back to shit like, nigga, I'm gonna bust your head when I see you.
That's what listen, if Poppy would have stuck on that, okay, I'm with you. But he went left field with that shit, man. When I heard it, I'm like, what the fuck was he thinking when he said that? I would never say that. I would never say that.
Right.
And I wanna, you know, keep the conversation going, because I don't wanna, you know, we flowing, callers is calling. So, you know, I wanna say this real quick. you know, bringing the Nature Boy shit to it. You know, for those of you who don't know, you know, Nature Boy DM'd or he inboxed Ashay Divine first after she made that video. So I just want y'all to know it's not like she woke up one day and put a cape on and made it her duty to slay this nigga. Her video went viral. He was hurt. He inboxed her and it's been on and popping ever since then. And so, you know, I want to say this about Nature Boy. Nature Boy, because we want to clear up the lies. And some people don't have no morality to the point where they'll allow anybody on their platform and not disclose this person's background to you. And so allow me to do this for you real quick. The women that you see Nature Boy with, none of them was his women. He took all of them women from niggas that was already over there. So they be over there doing what they do. And every time a nigga come over there with a girl, Nature Boy take niggas' girls. There's plenty of exposed videos. I just did an interview with a nigga who just literally left from over there, who been over there since May, okay? And Nature Boy tried to take his girl, okay? And there's plenty of videos on the internet where niggas said, one nigga said he went over there, and Nature Boy, I don't know if they was trying to put some shit up or what, but Nature Boy went to lift his girl up, and she said he tried to slip his fingers between her legs. So this is a weirdo, okay? Now, them 3 women that you see with him, all were somebody else's girl. One of them don't know, and all 3 of them are pregnant, but one of them don't know who the father is because he was doing it to all three of the niggas over there at the same time. And so this is how they giving it up right now. And I want to say this because we got to be serious, right? We can bang on Nature Boy all we want, but children are about to be birthed. Now, why is this important? They all got herpes. They admitted this out their mouth. I will play the fucking tape right now. They all admitted to having herpes. Nature Boy said out his mouth that he said he know he don't got AIDS because he slept with a nigga that had AIDS before. And he was a gay stripper. Nature Boy was a gay stripper. He was a gay stripper in Atlanta, and now he went to another country and started a cult. And so they over it, and this nigga confirmed out of his own mouth, on camera, we got the tape, that he had sex with a nigga that had AIDS before. And so I even got the nigga on tape last week. The nigga, this is last week. Last week, the nigga was on his live stream talking about he watched tranny porn. So this is a tranny porn. So this is a weird nigga, but this is the point I'm trying to make. Because people are putting our people in danger. This nigga over here got these women pregnant as hell, sleeping on the floor, okay? Not only is they sleeping on the floor, they all have a STD, which if you got an STD, that's your business. But we know that herpes can cause blindness, it can cause deafness, it can cause serious medical injuries. So this nigga talking about something, he about to have a natural birth in the jungle. This nigga don't got no doula experience, no delivery experience at all. And you got 3 women that's pregnant at the same time. So what if 3 women go into labor at the same time, and then you don't have no medically facilitated operational foundation to where you can stop these children from being exposed to the herpes y'all got? You don't have nothing. What if a kid get caught in the umbilical cord? What if one of them stop dilating and need a fucking C-section? You just one nigga that's stupid, narcissistic, damn near got an STD. Your wives already said they got STDs, motherfucking herpes to be exact. And this is out their mouth. Don't nobody say I'm making shit up. I will play the clip right now. And so that being said, we potentially what we're seeing as entertainment. At what point? Because Tazariak just made the point when addressing Ashay, and I gotta use him again as my reference. At what point in time is we going to step in and say this shit is not just internet? Because we can sit here and laugh at the nigga all we want, but is we gonna sit here and allow mothers to potentially die trying to give birth because they, underneath the rule of a narcissist? This nigga beat women the fuck up. So we don't know if they want to leave and can't leave because every woman that was over there who left said he's abusive. I put up pictures of him blacking women's eyes. So we don't know if they just smiling for the camera. On Side Netter TV, you see they didn't say shit because he don't let them say shit. And so that being said, is we gonna let these women die giving birth? What if the babies come out and are blind because they exposed to herpes? What if one of the babies die? You know what I'm saying? So at what point in time is we gonna say, hold on, it's a lot of shit that's entertainment, but this ain't it. And motherfuckers, rally around our people, or is we gonna just, you know, laugh at this cult ass situation until this shit go from worse to eternal worse? Period. So, you know, that's all I had to say, because I had to let y'all know, you know, this shit fun to get. And I'm saying that because a person died over there already. I don't know. Did you know that?
Right. I didn't know that. Matter of fact, could you expound on that a little bit? Because I haven't heard shit about that.
Well, I'm gonna let Ashe Divine expound in certain details. I'm gonna just tell you what I know for a fact. And I just spoke to a guy today who was over there who literally told me out his mouth that Nature Boy had no compassion, and the fact that he was compassionate for the woman who died. He said Nature Boy told him, "You showing weakness, you attached to your feelings." So I know that it was a woman, and I'm gonna let Ashe take over. I'm gonna say this: there was an elderly woman. How old she was, Ashe Divine probably could give you the age, but I know she was over the age of 50. There was a woman who was watching Nature Boy. She had a medical condition to where she was taking prescription medicines. Nature Boy made a video where he was dissing Dr. Sebi, calling Dr. Sebi a false prophet, etc., and said that he basically, you know, could really heal people, and that he came up with a diet called the B6 diet. And this elderly woman flew her ass over there and stopped taking her medication to try to take Nature Boy's diet, and she motherfucking died. And they didn't even tell the people she died or nothing. Ashe Divine had to be like, you know, where is Mama D? Why she not in videos no more, basically, for him to even acknowledge that she died. And then the nigga went on the internet and printed out a fake death certificate and tried to explain her death with a document that he printed off Google and filled out himself and act like was mailed to him. So this is the type of nigga we dealing with. But I'm gonna let her tell you more in detail, you know, but that's just coming from what I know. Go ahead, Ashe.
Yeah, no, guy, you basically said everything. See, what happened was I had got off the scene for a little while because I was banging on the guy hard, and I think I had got off the scene for about 4 or 5 months. And then all I know is people was in my inbox, yo, like, Ashe, because you found out what was going on. Because anytime something got to do with Nature Boy, everybody always comes to me because I'm the one that always, like, I'm like an investigator. You know what I'm saying? So I always go, I dig, and I come back with receipts, facts, and proof. Nobody knew about Mama Dia's death. And the person that inboxed me, how they knew about it, they were friends on Facebook with Mama Dia, saw somebody had posted something and tagged Mama Dia in it. And it was a GoFundMe to help raise money to bring her body back home. Mm-hmm. And it was like, what's going on? So I went, how I found out was I called Nature Boy myself, recorded the whole call, and the shit he was saying was bullshit, but I basically found out she died. He said that it was because of a heart attack. She died in her sleep. She was smiling. She was happy, this and the other.
How you die of a heart attack and be
what
smiling?
I do know for a fact is that you cannot be over there and be on any type of medication. He don't take no type of pharmaceutical medication. They don't even take herbs. This is what I heard him say out his mouth. So I don't have any proof of this, but I'm 100% sure that he told Mama Dia that she wasn't allowed to take her medications and that his B6 diet will heal her. And it did the total opposite. So she died. Yep, that's exactly what happened. And the family was reaching out to Nature Boy. He was very rude to them, kept all of her belongings. They was wearing her jewelry on various videos, and they had to raise a GoFundMe to bring her body back home. And I myself, along with the family, called the Mexican Consulate General, got information. They never, this is what they told me themselves, they never issued any paperwork to Nature Boy, because once they got in touch with the biological family, he no longer had any like power over anything that had to do with Mama Dia. So the documents that he posted were fake. He posted a fake autopsy and he posted a fake death certificate. They never issued anything to him. All of that was already sent back to Honduras with the birth family.
And this is why
well, I just wanted to just come on and just state my piece.
I appreciate it.
So Nature Boy, we're dealing with a psychomaniac, lunatic, a pedophile, a murderer. And, I just want women to be aware. I know a lot of people dislike me, women in particular,
because
I won't stop making videos, but I have to.
Yeah,
I just feel like I have to.
Well, I love you, sis. Don't change that shit. I don't give a fuck what nobody say.
Right.
Don't change what you're doing, because it has, like, a foot has to be on the neck on every pedophile.
Right.
I don't care. It could be my brother. It could be my mama. It could be anybody. If you are a pedophile, child molester, cult leader, whatever it is, a foot should be on the neck until that person is removed. And then victims will start speaking more out. Like the main reason why victims are quiet on this subject is because they know nobody will protect them.
Because they give cats like that a fucking platform.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And they shouldn't give it, like I'll have y'all on my show. I would never have a known pedophile on my show. Ever.
Thank you. Exactly.
He would never get the platform. So, sis, I appreciate you calling. I don't know if you want to still listen on the line or if you want to stay on the YouTube chat. Whichever way you want to do it. I won't hang up if you don't want to, but I'm gonna take some more callers if you don't mind.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, I'm good. I'll just be in the chat. Thank you for having me on.
No problem. And if you want to chime back in, just shoot me a text. I'll join you back on. All right.
No problem.
All right, no sweat. I appreciate
you, sis.
Hey, Pharoah, you good to go? Or you got to roll or anything? Because we got more callers.
We can take some more callers for a short. I gotta, this is my first time. We already have some historical moments. I done called the first queen on here. We gotta ride it out for a little bit longer.
You bought the first body bag by a host guest on the show. You're doing some big things on here tonight.
That's right.
No sweat. All right, so bring the next call. However you want to do it, bring the next call.
Yeah, we got a lot of calls, Pharoah. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna roll through them. 618-744.
618-744. Yeah.
I've been sitting on the line for an hour and 8 minutes.
Listen,
now.
man, we appreciate the patience of all the callers, man. Come on with it.
Yes, sir. Okay, first of all, Tish, that woman, I ain't gonna even call her sis. I don't know what she is. She wicked as hell. You know what I'm saying? Trying to justify advanced actions and stuff like that.
Yeah, she's sick. That's she got a sick spirit, man.
And I want to thank, you know what I'm saying, ISUPK, you know what I'm saying? I want to give thanks to the Most High God for y'all, you know what I'm saying? Look here, I'm from East St. Louis, Illinois, you know what I'm saying? Y'all go on here, look it up and see what East St. Louis, Illinois is about. That's one of the most craziest cities in this nation, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? I could have been a product of my environment, you know what I'm saying? But since I was a child, I had good understanding, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then when I came across y'all, that just set me so far on top. And Pharaoh, you know what I'm saying? Well, you intelligent, bro. And I don't understand why you don't see, even though you don't believe in the sky daddy, as you call it, but you don't think the laws wouldn't set our nation on top? You know what I'm saying? Come on now. You don't think them laws would set our nation on top? And besides that, how come the Egyptian ancestors, how come they ain't help you in them fights you losing, man? You know what I'm saying? How come they ain't help you in them fights you losing? You know all this stuff, man. And you know what I'm saying? And besides that, you know, so
nigga crazy.
Across the fucking line.
Yeah, how come they ain't help you with them fights you losing like that?
Niggas is trying to cross the fucking line. I mean, you could cross it, but just know you crossed it. So let me answer. When you done, let me answer the question.
All that stuff you be talking, all that intelligence, and all this, you know, all this and that, man. But you're losing out there. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, man, you got all this intelligence. You know, this is the only thing that's gonna set us on top, man. This is the only thing that's gonna set us on top. You know that the Israelites cannot be infiltrated. All that bullcrap you be talking about, easily infiltrated. You know what I'm saying? You got done by your own people. You know what I'm saying? You got
correction. Them not my own people. I didn't know them.
Yeah, that's the only thing, brother. The only thing I say is he didn't know them. He just thought that they would be the ones for him.
No, you can't say that because technically, whoa. Technically,
hey, Pharaoh.
Technically, if I would have joined ISUBK, I wouldn't have knew them either. So that's not a good point that you're trying to make there. Second of all, let me answer your question.
So,
hey, caller, hold on a second. Hold on.
Let me answer your question because we crossing the line tonight. Fuck it. I've been being good all day, and it's the nigga that gotta come have me act up tonight. Now, first of all, my nigga, you don't know anything about my fight careers. Second of all, did you see me get knocked out? No, you didn't. If you watch my fight, clearly I got robbed. All you have to do is watch the fight.
You talk about that? You talk about the UFC stuff?
Yeah. But first of all, I want to.
I didn't know he was going to talk about that yet.
What that got to do? What did that got to? Let me say that. What that got to do with intellect? If I was getting beat the fuck up and threw around that ring, as long as I got the nuts to get in there, nigga, don't question me. Cause it's niggas picking up pistols because they scared to get punched in the mouth. And so let me say this. If you watch that fight, nigga, get a sheet of paper and tally who hit who. Motherfucker, first of all, I watched that shit 1,000 times with myself, team, whoever. If you watch the first round, I hit the nigga 11 times before he hit me 4 times. All you got to do is watch who's hitting who, what's connecting. So even though the judges said I lost, nigga, you can judge that fight for yourself. Do you see my face fucked up? No. The nigga I fought, pause it at the end where he getting his hand raised and zoom in. You're going to see red all around his motherfucking eye. So you just making this call to dick ride. But I tell you what, you can't beat me. I bet you I beat your ass. With that being said,
yo, Pharaoh.
Yo,
I ain't talk about that. I ain't want to talk about that shit yet.
But since
Pharaoh
we on
some shit. Yo, Pharaoh, you was doing some fucking spin kicks. I said, oh shit.
Yo, let me tell you something. Yo, one, nobody that wouldn't step in the ring should be talking about that shit. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? And I ain't mad at you. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, bro. You know what I'm saying? You can't win them all. But I'll tell you this though. Let me tell you. You understand where you fucked up at? You got to work that fucking jab.
You know what? You know what? And you know what? Listen. I agree with that. But let me. I'm not denying that. But let me say something. Let me say something. Me personally, as a fighter, my growth and development is my growth and development. Now, the reason I say that is not to you, but this is just because I don't want people who might want to step. Because one thing about fighting is you can't really focus if you're thinking about what everybody else is thinking about your potential outcome. So I want to say this just to keep the atmosphere balanced. If you watch my first fight, fuck jabbing, I was swinging crazy. So So my goal for this fight was just to teach myself to stay calm. Now that don't have nothing to do with the fact that I already, and there's no excuses. My leg that I threw the most was already swollen. My shit was like every
you know what I'm saying? It was right before you went into that corner the first time. I was like, yeah, he must have fucking, you understand, hurt himself.
So the point I'm trying to make is, for me, once I felt that, my fucking leg was this fucking swole, bro, no lie. Once I felt my leg was swole, my main thing was, well, this nigga don't realize that if he bum rush me, I really can't even move. So what I do is I'm gonna just make sure you can't knock me the fuck out. So what I did was I just kept weaving and throwing my cross. And so that being said, I definitely know I could have been throwing my jab and bopping more, but my thing was, nigga, make sure you don't get knocked the fuck out in this goddamn ring. And that's what I did.
Nah, you know why he didn't bum rush you was because you hit him with them flurries in the beginning. So he was being extra cautious because he knew he can get punched in the fucking face. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, bro, I love that fighting shit. You know what I'm saying? Like boxing went stale for a couple of years and shit like that. So I ain't been watching that. UCF kind of got fucked up, but like I study that shit. You know what I'm saying? Almost religiously. You know what I mean? So when I saw that shit, I was like, let me see what this cat could do. You know what I'm saying? But that's the only criticism I can give you.
Okay, but I want
stamina and that jab, nigga.
All right, but I want to pause.
I'm taking it brotherly because I know it's the truth, and my stamina has improved, a lot. Because I'm telling you, before I wouldn't even made it through the whole 3 rounds.
I didn't want to. Hey, Pharaoh, I didn't want to talk about that part yet.
Fuck it. Let's go. Fuck it. Let's go.
We'll rap.
Because I wanted to bring that in next. So I want to bring the next caller in. You got the next caller?
The next caller. Matter of fact, I can't see the number. Oh, this is your man.
You ain't on it.
He's on. What do you mean?
Oh, he's on already? Is it unmuted? I can't tell.
I'm a professional.
Okay, I believe this is King Simon. King Simon, you on the line?
Peace, family. Peace.
Hey, peace. What's up, King Simon? How you doing?
Shalom, family.
Hey, shalom.
What's going on?
I've been watching your fights. Yeah, you're looking good, man. Of course, you already critiqued yourself about stamina because you're talking to somebody who's been training since '85 and been in a few scraps, especially in the dojo. But I don't do competitive fighting, so I understand. But I watched. And you're doing well, brother. Just keep on developing and keep on striving, brother. That's good. I'm glad. So keep on doing your do, brother. That's how we do it. But I was calling in, about the whole Bambata thing, You know, Kazariak, we was over there at the press conference when we did that. You know, and it's you're right. A lot of people have dropped the ball as far as that's concerned. And there's so many people that still, and you know, and Brother Poppy, as much as we love the brother, he do need to just calm it down and just probably just focus on himself and his family and the healing process. You know, he needs the healing process. That's the real deal. You know, and I know, you know, this Nature Boy, I don't know him personally, but I see what's going on, and I'm hearing, you know, Pharaoh got the receipts. He's dropping all kinds of different receipts. It's crazy. It's just crazy. I'm like, how do you stop that? If he's living somewhere else, how do you stop that? How do you stop a Bambata from continuing to do what he's doing? How do you stop the continuation of this NAMBLA and those type of organizations and the church and the how do you stop that?
It's going to
without
take
a full all-out war.
Yeah, if I could, the way that one of the ways that you can is that, like, we had a brother in our school. One of the sisters that used to be, I guess, in that cult was able to escape, and when she escaped, she ran into a brother in our school, and that brother was able to get that son away from that cult. So when you're saying what do we do, like, it takes two things. Number one, it takes people that are involved in that to come and speak out. And then the people that they speak out to, it's your duty once you know to do something about it. Like you can't know about it and not do nothing. Even if you ain't got the strength or the manpower to do something yourself, it's your duty to tell it to somebody else. So what we in ISUBK did was when we found out that the Nature Boy had that son and was living that lifestyle, we found out where he was in Costa Rica. We found out where he was in Nicaragua. We contacted the embassy. We put so much pressure on him that he had no choice but to release that young boy. Now, I wish we could do that for everybody else that's in there, but they gotta be willing to come out. So, but we have to, like, we may not be able to save everybody, but if you have the opportunity to do so, it's your duty to do so. And that's what ISUBK did. And we was able to save not only the sister, but we was also able to save her son at the same time. But we just needed support from other people to do that.
Well, I commend both of y'all, all of y'all, for doing what you do. You know,
I appreciate it.
Doing their thing. You know, I was definitely there at the election with you and Jeannie.
Right.
You know, the turnout was slow.
Right.
And you know, but at least it reached who it had to reach. Our videotape. Did we put it up? Did we ever put it up? Yeah,
we put it up. We put it up. What I may do is I may take the actual edited one that I did, and I think I'm gonna throw it up on the channel so that people can see the whole thing of what we did, what we brought out. I think I'm gonna put it up.
Right. Okay. Well, thank you very much, brother. And thank you very much for allowing me on. Young Pharaoh, you all right, sir?
You know I'm all right. I'm always great, King Simon. I appreciate the inquiry.
Yes, sir. I'm glad you're trading and doing your thing, man. Keep on working it out, brother. And tomorrow I got a celebration for my 23rd anniversary in promotion and productions. I got James Smalls, who's been fighting for a long time, Professor Jeffries, and Renoko Rashidi. So I'm going to be at St. Francis College.
Oh, that's what's up, man. Listen, man, I hope you have great success in it, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Hey, no sweat. I appreciate the call.
Doing what you do.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you. Peace.
All right, we're probably gonna take about 4 or 5 more calls, and then we'll probably close it out. Again, if y'all don't know, I got my man Young Pharaoh on a show, Cross the Line Radio, special Saturday edition. The brother gave us some of his time. We have worked it out so that we can accommodate both of us. The brother's been generous to stay on after our normal 2-hour slot to take some more calls. So we're gonna take about 3, maybe 4 calls, depending on the time frame. If y'all could just condense your questions so we can get through them, we'd appreciate it. So give me the next call.
Okay. This cat right here.
Okay. The caller, you on the line, Broderick Johnette. BJ, you on line, Cross the Line Radio. I'm saying BJ because that's what the thing say.
I need to grow up a little bit, but I just wasn't ready for you to be like,
Okay.
BJ, you on the line?
All right, you got a question or comment? We can't hear you, brother.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah, this cat been on the line.
My question is for Young Pharaoh.
Okay.
In relation to his earlier statement on connection, will you be setting a collab with Self-Fluid or
Hey, hold on a second, brother Pharaoh. Can you hear him okay?
No, I was gonna tell you to repeat what he said when he was done.
Yeah, I can't hear him either, brother. You got to clear up the clarity on your question because I'm not able to comprehend or hear what you're saying right now. You sound muffled real bad. I don't know if it's your connection or not, but you just sound muffled, brother.
All right.
Yeah, we can.
Hello?
Yeah,
yeah, brother. You gonna lock it? I don't know. Call your network service provider, man.
Get that Boost Mobile, bro, or get that Obama phone.
Yeah, he still got the Obama. You need a Trump phone, nigga.
Yeah,
that's the problem, man. 213-716.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you fine. He extra loud.
Yeah. I just have a comment and a question too. How the hell can we stop this nigga Nature Freaks funding? Because I'm not really understanding how someone can fund this guy knowing what he has said. I don't understand why I read a comment and someone said Nature Boy, my Christ and Savior, and he's a damn antichrist. Okay? Christ didn't do sodomy. Christ didn't shit on the ground and say, oh, watermelons are going to come and all this other kind of like mad stuff. So I'm wondering who is really funding him? It can't be,
here's the sad
here's the sad
part. Here's the sad part about the funding part. We love funding bullshit. So, I mean, only thing that we could do, like, if you see the way Pharaoh got the receipts laid out and playing it out, Pharaoh's doing his job. You see the way Ashay is exposing him, she's doing her job. The way we doing our show, we're doing our job. Now, it's up to the listeners that's listening to Pharaoh, Ashay, myself, and other people to do their job and cut him off. That's the power that you have. The power that you have is to just not support him. The more you don't support him, the more he can't do what he's allowed to do. It's just like with anything. If we want to get rid of the drug dealer, stop buying his drug. If we buy his drug, we can't do nothing about it. If we want this cat to go away, stop funding him. So the only thing that we could do. No, I'm not talking to you. I'm not saying that's you. I'm not saying that's you.
But what I was gonna ask. I'm not trying to cut him off. Go to YouTube.
Hold on 1 second.
I'm not trying to cut him off.
But now you see that.
Is there any way to call PayPal and let them know that the funds that they're getting from these people is actually financing crime and financing that I
don't know. That part I don't know. Because I don't know how, like, what's the screening process that PayPal or GoFundMe has. Now that I don't know. But like I said, the only thing that we can do is just shut that down that way. All right?
It needs to be shut down because, like, people are, like, kids are involved, man, and they didn't do anything. They didn't have no choice to be born where they are. Their moms look sick. All of those followers look frail and weak. He's the only one that looks somewhat healthy. The rest of them look like zombies, man.
Yeah, I feel you. But like I said, that's the most important thing that we can do. All right. So now I want to just get in a couple more callers, brother. I appreciate your call. All right.
Appreciate you. 646-302. 646-302. 646-302. Going once.
No, 3 times.
And you're gone. I ain't got time for this shit tonight now. 347-861.
Yo.
What's happening?
Yo, peace, man. First of all, I want to say I'm glad that you guys got me on. I want to say what's up to Pharaoh. And what we talking about here? We talking about Nature Boy, like we already know that, my man.
You got a question or a comment, man?
Say that again, brother.
You got a question or you got a comment? What's up?
I got a comment. First of all, we just gotta understand that people like Nature Boy, you know what I'm saying? These dudes is doing a cult leadership type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Same as the new Wabians, same with Malachi Z. York, with the land out there in Georgia, everything. These dudes is following a cult leadership and all of this. And I want our people to wake up. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have nobody in position or in power to spread word or to lead us and influence. We got to do it, man. You know what I'm saying? We got people like Pharaoh. We got people like my man General Seti. We got all them people like that. We need more. We need to spread the word, and it got to be known on some positive level type of situation. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's right. I agree with that. And what I want to say is, you know, it kind of even come back to what, you know, Tazariak just said. People is supporting dumbass shit, you know. But I also wanted to make this known, you know, because this kind of ties into what you said in the last caller. So I'm gonna just throw it out there. You know, Nature Boy actually inherited $300,000 from one of his little followers named Keys. But Keys didn't never really give him the money. So I'm gonna say alleged at this point, even though we got the receipts and motherfuckers been called back, all kind of shit happened already. But I'm gonna say allegedly. You know, Keys' mother died and she had a large lump sum of money in her account, and they fraudulently opened the account back up allegedly and gave him the fucking money. So, you know, it's like this is different than just, you know, saying, oh, you know, we got to stop supporting a motherfucker. This is a motherfucker who willing to go, you know, to any extreme to jump through a hoop to act like something that he not. And so, you know, we live in a world where, you know, and I'm agreeing with you, you know, the caller, but what about when you get people who always like let me give you an example. After everything I've been through, I still got motherfuckers who tell me, you know, it'd be powerful, man, if you and Polite could just come together, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got motherfuckers who just blatantly ignore evil because they want their own personal fantasy ass visions to come true. And so until, you know, our community start to address the problem instead of always, you know, making fun of the victims, ain't nobody never gonna be able to get in no place. Ain't no type of organization never gonna happen because we too busy sweeping motherfuckers, you know, traumas under the rug because we want shit to be the way it want to be. You got motherfuckers right now who will still say, you know, you got raped. Well, what was you wearing? Oh, you got scammed? Why would you give somebody that much money? Oh, nigga say he gonna molest some kids. Well, how old was the kids? Like until we stop looking for a reason to justify the obvious, it's a dub. It don't matter who the fuck is in place, because I say that to say this, not to discourage nobody, but we already had people in place. You know, this kind of like when Umar say he gonna build a school, and it's not, you know, to shoot at Umar, but we already got schools. It's already a Malcolm X. It's already a Martin Luther King. Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? A school not gonna stop your ass from getting shot by a racist ass police. And so, you know, we already had a Malcolm X. We already had, you know, a Marcus Garvey. It don't matter if the Hebrews get so goddamn big, they just recruit the whole nation. Until people get a wickedness out of their spirit,
right?
It's nothing you could do. Cause the motherfucker that you fighting is inside your spirit. Some niggas is just demonic psychologically and spiritually, and they fucking up the wave. They stop the whole wave from getting created because they allowing small fractured aspects of themselves to exist. You know what I'm saying? Period. So, you know, it's hard for you to organize when a nigga secretly approve of the shit that you disapprove of. You know what I'm saying? It's hard. You can't do that. We have become a demonic community. Period. It's like I gotta keep referring to this man because he done made so many damn points tonight. It's just like when he said, you know, a 7-year-old get molested and somebody say, well, it was bound to happen anyway. Right. You know, like, you can't unify with that shit. You know what I'm saying? How the fuck you gonna unify with that? So It don't matter who the fuck is representing your community. Your community is not representing itself virtuously. And so this is why, you know, I make the distinction, man. Intellect or ideology is one thing, but virtue is another. You know, like we having one of the most harmonious, synchronized broadcasts tonight because we got virtue. Simply, we respect each other as men. And this niggas who out the same camp can't do this. And so, you know, this is what we gotta, you know, until shit like this get displayed in the community, it's pretty much over because the community gonna be self-sabotaging to anybody that's stepping up for it. And so it's either that's gonna happen or a small group of people who agree with each other are gonna have to distance themselves from the flock of the sheep. Period.
Right. That was some shit with that.
All right, yo, real quick, can I ask one question? Pharaoh, I wanted to know when the next time you come into Brooklyn to do a lecture. You did one January 7th. Last year, you and Seti came through. I missed that one. I need to know when you coming back to Brooklyn, brother.
Man, I gotta just plan it, bro. I gotta just plan it. But it really depends on, you know, my schedule and when I'm free, because I'm working on a lot of things on the low. I'm finishing a book, and so I'm doing a lot of things, you know, that's taking me in other areas. And so it really honestly just depends on when I plan it. But when I do, you know, as long as you follow me in social media, you would definitely be informed and updated.
Absolutely, yo, peace to the family, and I appreciate y'all accepting my call. Yo, Pharaoh, man, keep that knowledge coming, my G. And it's always love, you heard?
I appreciate you, baby.
All right, my G.
All right, no sweat. We're going to take 2 more calls, maybe 1, depending on how long it take. And then we're going to wrap it up. So pick one, Kadazai.
Oh, we going random now. Yeah, there's a lot of y'all, man. I appreciate y'all patience tonight. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, for real. Bomb. Let's go right here. 216-385.
216.
Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's what the fuck I'm talking about.
What's happening?
What's the name where you call him?
What's
going on?
Man, listen. I'm gonna tell y'all like this. I'm glad that I was either one of the last callers or the last caller, because I got some shit I got to fucking say.
My man.
Man, listen, y'all be setting some fire. I'm gonna just let y'all know that right now. Y'all set some fucking fire. You know what I'm saying? I don't agree with everything y'all say per se, but y'all be setting fire. And one of the things I got a problem is, right, is when I first came into the truth, I was talking to a brother in ISUPK, and he told me that, because I told him my name, and then he told me I had to get a Hebrew name. But my name is already Hebrew. I had a problem with that.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie.
The reason why you got a problem with that, brother, is because you got pride in that name. You know what I'm saying?
But if my name is already Hebrew, right, and it was given to me because it wasn't even given to me by my mother.
I got you. What's your Hebrew name? What's your Hebrew name? What is your Hebrew name?
Well, my name is Shamar.
Shamar, that's your Hebrew name?
Yeah, that's my name.
Okay, so now
Hebrew.
I got you.
I thought it was Arabic for many years.
No, I got you. So here's what you do. The reason why Kadazai said pride, don't let that stop you from coming into class. Now you can come into class. Every brother and sister gets a name when they come into the school. Now you can have the same name in the school that you was born with, but you got to come into the school. The reason why your name can change is because the spirit behind your name could be different. Like we have brothers in the school that the name they was born with is their Hebrew name. But you can't come into the school thinking that you know more than the school, because we're the ones that observe your spirit. So your spirit may say watch, which is what Shamar means. Shamar means watch, right? Or observe, right? So now you may have that spirit, right? But then you may come in and there may be a different spirit that you have, which is why you get the names that you get. That's why Kadazai got his name. That's how I got my name. I named myself before I came into the UPK. And then they told me that name is not my name. And so I let my pride go. So you got to do the same exact thing. So you can't let something as small as your name might not be Shamar. So your name is Shamar. Let me ask you, got any nicknames?
Yeah, I got plenty of nicknames.
Right. Who gave you them nicknames? Other people, right?
Yeah.
So if other motherfuckers can give you a nickname, then the school can give you your real name. Don't let a name prevent you from changing your life out. That's pride. You know what I mean? Your mama named you. My mama named me too. I love my mama to death. When I changed my name to Tazaryak, my mama didn't love me any less, nor was offended by it, and I didn't care. So don't let the name affect you like that.
Okay, Tazaryak, can I say one thing though, as far as that? Is because I don't have a strong connection with my mother.
Doesn't matter.
Or,
You can get a new. You can get a new mother.
And my mother didn't name me. Is what I'm saying.
Okay.
So I got my name from another relative, and she didn't even. And she got the name from somewhere else, and she didn't even know that it was Hebrew. She just shortened it up from somewhere else.
I got
so
you.
when I came into this truth, knowing what the meaning was and knowing my spirit, how I was all these years, it just fit me. You see what I'm saying? And so I don't.
You decided that it fit you, right?
But yeah, I get what you're saying.
But
at the same
hold
time,
on one second. Hold on one second.
background.
You decided that it fit you, right?
No. That's how I was.
No. Hear what I'm saying. You said when you said you found out what it meant something to you, right?
No, I found out the definition was to like protect, to guard, to watch.
Right, and you felt that,
like that.
and you felt that fit you, right?
I mean,
it's a simple. Thank you. So now I got you.
And then just
I
not
got
me,
you.
But,
I got you.
Other people.
I got you. But when you come into the truth, if a person in the world can give you a name and you can be accepting of it, let the men of the Lord observe you and give you your name, and you be accepting of it. And you never know, it may end up being that exact name, or it may not be that name. But you can't let something that's a small thing out to let a name prevent you.
I got it.
You understand?
Don't
do that.
I just felt like that was something powerful to be given to me.
You know what's more powerful? You know what's more powerful? In Luke the 5th chapter, in the 38th verse, Christ said, "No man put new wine into old bottles. New wine must go into new bottles." So you got to pour. So you got to pour everything out, including your name. Now, when you get that new wine and that new bottle, you may get some of the same information that you already knew, but you got to be willing to pour all that old shit out. You understand?
All
right, I appreciate
that. Was the one thing. I didn't mean for that to go on too long, but I'm glad it gave me some edification on that.
All right, no sweat. I appreciate it. We need to take another call. Listen, you can call. You could call in on Thursday when we have our normal time. We're getting close to the end now.
Can I say this one thing? I got one thing to address this young Pharaoh.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Gonna be real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
I appreciate it. Okay, young Pharaoh.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
You claim to be a Egyptologist, right?
Hell no.
No. Hello?
Yeah, he said hell no. He does not claim to be that.
Okay, so what do you subscribe to? Because it seems like you the type of a person that has a big platform, but you confuse a lot of people. So I just want to know the basis of where you be coming from, because it seems like you combat the Hebrews, but at the same time you follow this Egyptology when neither of them coincide, and you just like a flip-flop, wish-washy type of person. So I just wanted for you to
I'll answer that. Another one crossed the line. So let me say this. The first thing you said was I have a huge platform, but I confuse a lot of people. You know, that's like a dumbass intelligent remark, because people who confuse people don't have huge platforms. So that's point one.
So that's not a dumbass.
Whoa. I let you talk. Now let me talk. I let you talk. Let me talk. I let you talk.
Hey, let him answer the question. Hey, brother. Brother, let him answer the question. You gotta let him answer the question.
Get a mute, please. Can we get a mute? Can we get a mute? Can we get a mute? Jesus Christ. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, so for one, you know, we got an asshole on the line, you know, and we talking about, you know, my country, tis a V in harmony. But with that being said, you know, for one, you know, we got an asshole on the line. For two, apparently, and you know what's crazy to me? If I'm not mistaken, he said his name meant to watch. Is that correct? He said his name meant to watch, right?
Yeah.
So what the fuck part of this broadcast has he not been watching when I clearly said Kemetology versus Egyptology? I've clearly said in the beginning of this broadcast I was not an Egyptologist. So now I can see why he has confusion with his own name, because he don't even utilize the own virtuous title placed upon him. And so he want to say I'm confusing people. You confusing your goddamn self. So let me answer this question. No, I've never said I was an Egyptologist. No, I do not claim Egyptology. No, I don't claim any of the shit that you saying I claim. Please, rewind this video to the beginning and allow me to re-answer your question. And so that being said, we're gonna take one. If we're gonna take one more caller, family, I don't care if y'all cross the fucking line, but please cross the line with some common goddamn sense. Period. Thank you.
No, we're actually not going to take any more calls. What I want to end the show on is your transition. The caller kind of jumped the gun a little bit. I'm going to end it on your transition into the MMA. What brought that on? Like you wanting to get into the fighting? Is it something that you were doing prior to?
Muay Thai.
Muay Thai, that's what it's called. It's Muay Thai. I'm so used to just saying UFC.
No, you're right. You right. And to answer your question, I always wanted to fight.
Okay.
Like, I was like literally, even though I was young, I was watching UFC when nobody was watching it. Like I was watching UFC at like 13, 14 years old. And so, niggas wasn't watching that. Like I was on that. And so now that I'm older, I said, you know what? You really only get one opportunity to do what it is you feel you love to do. And so kind of the same way I said, you know what? Well, I'm just going to step out there and start, teaching and doing lectures. It's the same thing I did with the fighting. I said, fighting is something that I really want to do on a professional scale. So I'm going to dedicate myself to, upgrading myself to be able to do so. Mm-hmm. And so, that's just what I did. And so, the reason I haven't taken on full-fledged MMA is because I want to learn jujitsu on a high scale. And I feel and this is me personally, to each his own. But I feel that trying to learn multiple arts at one time that's not good for me. Because for one, I don't got the time to do it. Right. And for two, I want to be good at what the fuck I do. And so if I'm doing Muay Thai for 2 hours a day, then doing jujitsu for 2 hours a day, I done learned 20 different things in both. I'm not gonna remember all that shit. And plus I gotta do lectures and do all the shit I do. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna just focus on Muay Thai, develop my striking to where I feel comfortable as an elite striker, and this shit becomes second nature. And then I'm gonna, dedicate myself to jujitsu for maybe a year and a half, and then I have both of them under my belt and it's popping. And so, what really, since I'm speaking about Muay Thai, a lot of people, and I'm saying this because, we got assholes that kind of heckle, not me, because I don't give a damn, but you got assholes that heckle and you discourage people from shit that they might really want to do, but everybody can't deal with heckling or, dumb shit like that. And so what I want to say about Muay Thai is, the biggest thing for me about Muay Thai was discipline my body to move mechanically in a way it doesn't move. And so like, when I first started doing it, I caught a lot of knees to the face and all kind of unnecessary shit just because I was used to fighting like a boxer, like punch, weave, duck. Right. But in Muay Thai, you don't want to have your head down there. And so I say that because a lot of people might see me fight and they might say, oh, you got to duck or you got to do this. Like, bitch, this is not boxing. This is Muay Thai. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, if you Floyd, a Muay Thai, and I'm not talking about UFC, I'm talking about Muay Thai, like motherfuckers fight in Thailand. Floyd Mayweather will never beat a Muay Thai fighter, and a Muay Thai fighter won't beat Floyd Mayweather. But the mechanics is different. And I say that, like, for example, people say, oh, you got to shorten up your punches. In Muay Thai, you don't want to throw no short punch. You want to throw your punches wide because for one, you want to be out of elbow range. And for two, you always want to be able to throw a kick or a knee. And so for me, just training my body to stay still and not be ducking and doing all of this extra shit below, the strike line and things like, like people say, throwing a jab. But it was hard for me to throw my jab without inverting my leg too much, just because I'm not trying to catch a leg kick. So a lot of it's like I throw leg kicks a lot, as you can see. And so for me, what's on my mind is what I'm doing. Like if I throw uppercuts, the last thing I'm gonna be doing is too much ducking because I'm gonna be worried about a nigga doing what he doing to me. So for me, one of the biggest things I'm working on, which, if you actually follow me on Instagram and follow me training, you see that my mechanics have definitely improved. My stamina definitely improved. But the biggest thing for me was my mechanics, was actually, staying upright and, keeping my body in a certain posture, throwing my punches a certain way so that my kicks can always fly after. And from there, I'm going to build on. But long story short, that's what got me into the fighting. And I threw the extra detail in there to let people know, if you want to learn to do this, this is something that you got to do on your own, and you can't be taking people advice, because most niggas can't fight, period. And
Right.
half the niggas giving advice, I will beat the shit out of one of you niggas on the street. And so, a professional fight is different than me grabbing you and slamming you on your head and beating your ass. And so, with that being said, all jokes aside, fighting is going to show who you are as a person mentally. As far as, if you're not disciplined mentally, you're not going to be a disciplined fighter. And so my main thing is to make sure my mind and my body is synchronized, and then building from a disciplined foundation versus a wild sporadic foundation like my first fight. So that way I come off more clean, more effective, and develop mechanical skills that I don't have, versus trying to use already what I do have. I know I got speed. I know I got power. I know I could be a bunny rabbit. Now I'm just working on staying composed, staying calm when a punch is coming at me, slipping a punch, keeping my eye on the punch, and things that are tools for a fighter versus just fighting, because a lot of people, you can say what you want to say about watching somebody fight, but how calm can you keep your heart rate when a motherfucker is punching at you? A lot of how, it's just different. Somebody throwing a kick, half you motherfuckers.
It's definitely, I used to box, you know what I'm saying? And I said it earlier in the chat, I'm not with that whole MMA shit, because somebody try, you know what I'm saying, put me in an arm bar or something like that, I'm gonna have to fucking kill you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really like all that groundwork, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like boxing, you know what I'm saying? That's why I can't stand when people be talking about Mayweather. They don't understand boxing. They want to see a brawl. They don't want to see somebody boxing or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But like, I watched that. Like I said, like, I didn't know you was into all that. So when the shit popped up, I was like, okay, let me check this shit out. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't know what they scored it on, because it did look like you landed more. But that's why I was giving you, like, you know what I'm saying? Regardless of, if I talk to any fighter, I'll be like, why you do this or why you do that? I want to understand something. But like I said, like, you work that jab, you know what I'm saying? That would have opened them up even more. You know what I'm saying? Then I saw, like I said, I don't know if you did or you didn't, but it looked like that one point you went and landed a kick that hurt yourself. And then that's when I saw you in that corner, and I'm like, okay, this changed the whole ball game right here.
No, it definitely do. And it's still no excuse. I'm not saying I'm making this. It's still no excuse, because I still could have popped my jab. But you ain't about to knock me the fuck out. That's not happening. So it is what it is. But long story short, that's definitely a fact. And I'm gonna definitely, like, all I did was motivate me to do something I don't do. Like, for example, I'm gonna do 12 rounds of boxing, but off the 12, I'm gonna just do the first 4 rounds of just straight jab on a heavy bag. So that way, my next fight, this should just be normal, and it'll just be normal mechanics. But long story short, a kick is not a joke, man. Especially when it's long,
bro. You ain't fucking playing, bro. I seen people get knocked the fuck out off a kick to the head, bro.
I throw kicks surprising. I've been throwing kicks since, like, I was young. So, like, when I started to do Muay Thai, them shits was already just flying. So I already got sauce on my kicks. I'm already straight on my kicks. My main thing is, like I said, just my mechanics. But anybody who watched any of my 2 fights that I posted, if you listen to my kicks, even though I got pads on, them shits still sound like claps. Them shits got some smack on them. And so, like I said, it's just about, doing what I'm doing, disciplining my mind, and working my boxing mechanics into a Muay Thai style, which I'm going to do. But I just want the people, to stay motivated. And if you're looking to get into something like this, because this is something that I see myself, if I don't even if I don't go professional, that's cool. But if I can master this style, this is something that I could teach. You know what I'm saying? So it's just about, going hard to where nobody had never discouraged me. But I'm just saying, it's about just going hard to where can't nobody discourage you, because you can always give a trade back to your people, and fighting is a trade, and that's something that niggas need. You know what I'm saying? To be able to defend themselves. Yes.
Let me ask you something, because I'm when it comes down to, like, you know what I'm saying, Muay Thai and shit like that, I'm a little bit more ignorant in that area. Like, is there styles to that shit? Like, you know, like Kung Fu, they got like Wing Chun and, you know what I'm saying, all that. Like are there different styles with the Muay Thai as far as like the teaching is concerned?
Yes. And like, for example, I'm gonna give you an example, and I'm gonna go on the style. If you notice when I fight, right, even though I'm comfortable, because I feel comfortable enough to slip a person's punch, even though it's not a good habit to have, and I'm gonna make sure I break it. But if you notice, my left arm be down, but that's because I'm used to blocking punches with my shoulder like this. And so it's like literally converting from boxing to Muay Thai, where your hands always got to be above your ear. You know, if it's not, you know, to your head, it can be traditional Muay Thai style out here, but the whole style of Muay Thai is diametrically different than boxing. For example, in boxing,
it is, you know what I'm saying?
Like in boxing, you want to give a person a portion of your body. Like, you don't ever want to stand square with somebody. But in Muay Thai, you want to stand as square as possible, because you want to always be able to get off a kick. You want to always be able to get off a teep. You want to always be able to get off a knee. If they clinch you, you want to be hip to hip. And so the diametrics is different. And it's a discipline, because when somebody's punching at you or attacking you, the first thing you want to do is, you know, move crazy and you know, get out of your position. But in Muay Thai, that's not, you know, that's not intelligent to do as far as fight IQ. So as far as the style, for somebody who can't control their posture or control you know, how they move, or somebody that got like weak legs or weak ankles, you know, that's definitely not for you.
Nah, you listen, you gotta move differently, because that kick is a whole different range.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Like especially with a roundhouse kick. You know what I'm saying? Like you can move one way, but you going directly where the fuck that kick is at.
Correct. And that's the whole point. That's the whole point. Like, you could throw, somebody could be, you know, you could be throwing a hook or using your left, but that's really to bait them, you know, to move to your strong side, which for me will be my, you know, my rear, and then you running into a kick, you know, or vice versa, if somebody switch kick you, you know, or leg kick you. So it's different fundamentals, you know, and I just want people to, we supposed to be striving for intellect. And so the point, you know, I'm about to make is, please have an intellectual understanding on the style or the sport that you're commentating on before you just comment. Because that's just like he said about Floyd. You know, people be talking shit about Floyd, but
they don't understand the art. They you know what I'm saying? He's a tactician.
Yeah, and he's perfected the art of defense. What the fuck don't y'all understand? You know what I'm saying? In regards to his craft. Yeah, so
he's the best defensive fighter ever.
And people don't care, because you know why? People don't value intellect. They value brutality. They value brutality. They want you to
value.
Yeah, they want you to end up. Yeah.
Yo, straight up and down. Tyson did spoil niggas, bro, because he was a brawler. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you don't wanna. It's like a job. If you retire, don't you want to get your 401k? So if you a fighter, your 401k is your health. All the main fighters that you love, look at them. Nigga, I love Mike Tyson too, but motherfucker, I don't want brain damage. I don't want, you know what I'm saying? I don't want.
That's my point.
Yeah, like nigga, so
Foreman and shit.
Yeah.
like nobody.
Holyfield, man, the Holyfield can't even fucking talk right now.
Exactly. Come on, man. And so it's just to the point where you can't be, you know, you gotta have, you know, technicality and mechanics with your shit. You can't just be going, well, y'all niggas could do what y'all want to do. Nigga, I'm gonna have me some motherfucking mechanics, nigga. I'm gonna keep slipping them punches and keep doing what the fuck I do, nigga. Because nigga, I want to be able to have an intelligent conversation at the age of 45. So, you know, that's what it is. So, you know, don't never think that putting on the show, the crowd go home after the fight, motherfucker. And you do too. But they go home normal. You want to go home normal too. So, you know, remember that. But that's definitely what motivated me to get into it. Yeah. And you know, I'm gonna keep ascending. Every fight I do, I'm a post. And you know what? If I tell you what, man, if I go pro and they let me, nigga, I gotta come out. We gonna come one of them fights. If I make it to the UFC, one of them fights, we gotta come out Hebrew deep, and my song gonna be.
Just tell me where it's at.
That's right.
That's
so
it.
They can say, you want to cross the fucking line? Cross the fucking line. That's gonna be my intro song.
Yeah, right. Yo, man, and I'll tell you what, I'm not even mad at your strategy as far as sticking with the Muay Thai, then going to jiu-jitsu. You know what I'm saying? Like too focusing on that. But I could dig it. But listen, man, you know what I'm saying? We appreciate you coming on. This actually was a very healthy dialogue, man. This was a good show. Big up, you know what I'm saying? I think we peaked somewhere in the 900s. Big up to everybody who was rocking with us. Make sure y'all know we rocking like this every Thursday. Subscribe, like, share. So, you know what I'm saying? With that, you got anything you want to add in closing?
Yeah, I want to say, you know, we do a lot of joking. You know, I'm very high velocity. You know, I like to make the people laugh and keep the energy good. But I do want to say, family, you know, the point of this show is deeper than just to, you know, even inform and entertain y'all. It's the show, you know, solidarity and unity in the fact that, family, we want to support each other, you know. And if y'all like what y'all heard as far as certain, like the brother said, they got programs, you know, on pedophilia. You know, if you've been a victim of some sort or whatever, or you want to, you know, listen in, call in and listen in. They got they have programs based on other things, you know, that you may or may not agree with. And so my thing is, at the end of the day, the narrative of trying to chop another person down or take food out their mouth, that shit is whack. It's fuck. And we not what I don't know what you niggas with, so I gotta say I'm not with that. And so, you know, Tazariak made a great point earlier in the show about, you know, me not trusting people, because if y'all follow me, y'all know that this is damn near one of the first platforms I've been on. And since all that shit transpired, I haven't been on not one nigga platform. So it took a lot for me to even come out and say, you know what, I'm gonna pop up on the Hebrew shit out of all the
places.
Yeah, out of all places, I'm gonna go to the Lions Den itself. All right, and shit. But you know, the point I'm trying to make is, you know, we gotta support, you know, people that's virtuous. Period. If you gonna support somebody or put some food in somebody's mouth, put some food in somebody's mouth that's virtuous. You know, y'all watch World Star and all of the dumbass shit. World Star don't give a fuck if you at home getting molested or a victim of pedophilia. World Star ain't gonna do no lecture for you to help you. And so, you know, like I said, we might not agree on each other's thought patterns, but we can agree on each other's heartbeats, motherfucker. And so, with that being said, you know, this is my first time on this platform. As long as I'm invited back, you know, it won't be the last time.
Yeah, definitely. Man. We definitely got to do it again. Like the vibe, the back and forth was good. I think it was very chill. I think we definitely got to do it again and build on some more shit.
And once again, this is a lesson that, you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, man, you know what I'm saying? Black and Hispanics, no matter what the ideology, you know what I'm saying, can have a certain level of respect. You get what I'm saying? Now, once again, that line is always there. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers cross the line, you know what I'm saying? Anybody could get their issue, but that doesn't mean that there has to be contention. It doesn't mean that, you understand, like, two brothers can't come together and have a conversation.
Let me say this about the Hebrews, not even to cut you off.
Yeah.
You know what? Because y'all see, we didn't did the debates. We didn't did all of that type of shit. Well, you know what? I don't think I never debated nobody from ISUPK, so I won't say that. But I will say y'all seen the conflict as far as information. But I want to say this, throughout all of the shit y'all seen, the Hebrews showed me love from day one. First time I met Tazariak, nothing but respect. The first event that I did in New York, the Kemet niggas didn't come out. Do you know Hebrews was in there? Hebrews was in there showing me love. Now the debate, the lecture I did wasn't on, you know, no religious doctrine, granted, but Hebrews came out to support me when we came to New York. Okay, so as far as showing up and supporting, nigga, I'm not gonna never tell no motherfucking lie. The Hebrews have showed me nothing but love every time I came in contact with the Hebrew. Does this mean I'm, you know, showing favoritism to the Hebrews? No, it does not. I'm just telling you some real shit.
True. I mean, real shit.
Right.
Listen, man, real shit is real shit.
That's it.
And if you're a brother, if you down, just be honest about the shit. It would be corny to be any other way. You know what I mean? So you just have to be that way. And that's what I would say would separate Israelites from everybody else, is that our shit is just more genuine. Our shit is really just informational differences, but you still a brother at the end of the day. Whereas everybody else, because they have a different agenda, these niggas want to be the whiz kids. They want to be the geniuses and the smart one. In order for them to be smart, you got to be dumb. I ain't trying to be the smartest. I'm just trying to be a brother. That's it. It's all right. You know what I mean? So again, Pharaoh, I appreciate you coming on, man. Again, of course, we'll have you on again. Thank you for giving us your time, man. You enjoy the rest of your evening. For my people on Cross the Line Radio, you know, we do every Thursday, 10 p.m. We get it in just like this. Every Thursday night, 10 p.m. Make sure y'all join us on Cross the Line Radio. If you want to be a guest on the show, the email address is crossthelineradio@gmail.com. You can easily just email us. Excuse me, is it Cross the Line Radio or crosstheline.com?
Cross the Line Radio.
Yeah, crossthelineradio@gmail.com. Just hit us an email. We just got an email from an attorney that wants to bring out her information as well. So I'm going to be talking to her tomorrow. Lord allow, she may be the guest. We pushed the little debate shit that we got coming up Thursday. Maybe we push that shit off depending on what she got to say. But
let me say this too. You just jogged my memory before I go.
Okay.
You know, since you said attorney, I'm pretty sure y'all seen that video that attorney did on your man, you know.
Yeah, I heard.
Let me say something about that video real quick, right? And this ain't no shot at that attorney woman or nothing like that. But this is what kills me. Now, remember in the video, she said this shit been going on for a year, right?
Right.
Now, let me say this. If you go to the last video that I did on Polite exposing him, which was a year ago, I showed the police report of the exact case she's talking about.
Right.
And on my Instagram a year ago, I showed the police report.
Right.
So am I looking for clout to say I'm the first one who exposed him for scamming that man for $70,000? No. But the point I'm trying to make is this goes right back to what you said again. Why is the community acting shocked at some shit it already knew?
Right.
I told you last year.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead.
And what I wanted to add on with you is that if she knew about the shit a year ago, here's the gem I'll drop. And people that, if you're smart enough to understand, maybe you'll be hip to it. If she knew about the shit a year ago, why are we just knowing about it just now? Just like you said, you brought it out. Everybody should have brought it out. So what changed in her situation or anything like that that made her bring it out now, as opposed to bringing it out when you brought when you brought the information out, she should have co-signed the shit. You know what I mean? She should have co-signed it then. Like, what made it have to wait a whole year before it to come out? So I agree with you on that.
That's right. And so, you know, this is exactly, you know, I don't even know if I want to know the answer to that question you posed, but that's a beautiful question. Why when something rear its head, if you know about it, people can't co-sign it? Why do you wait till shit all the way hit the fan to where now you want to say something? And so this
somebody in the chat said that there was a disclosure agreement that Polite breached. So now if there is some type of disclosure, maybe that's why she couldn't say it. I don't know. But it did take a year for it to come out.
But it's too many platforms that sync. My video got over 100K views.
Right.
It's too, we acting like we needed her specifically.
Right.
Why motherfuckers just say, hey, you know what I'm saying? This is what, nigga, we seen on receipt. Nigga, how are you scamming motherfuckers? Well, we know you scamming, so let me rephrase that page. Let me rephrase that question. Have you hit a lick, nigga? Have you gone from $25 books to $70,000 jokes? You know what I'm saying? This nigga went from a pickpocketer to a motherfucking wire fraud. You know what I'm saying? This nigga done stepped it all the way up, hypothetically speaking. But with that being said, you know, this shit just, it's like, it's hard for me to give a fuck because it's like people bringing shit to the light that it's like, oh, nigga, we heard that already last year. Oh, we heard it. Like it's hard for people to care. But my thing is this though. Polite says Malachi Z. York is his spiritual father. Nigga, you gonna be right. You gonna be cellmates with that motherfucker in a minute. You keep playing because nigga, on some real shit. I want to say this: internet fraud is a federal crime.
Yeah, it is.
That lady said she reporting you to the feds. Nigga, if they pick your ass up, you know what I'm saying? Just don't pull the move that you put when PayPal froze your account and you was talking about the goddamn government was trying to set you up. Just don't pull one of those. Just take your shit on the chin. You know what I mean? Don't have that Shabazz nigga out there trying to be your fake ass attorney. You know what I mean? Just pack it up. But with that being said, you know, it's crazy out here that the community, you know, you gotta blame the community for allowing this nigga to exist. Because you got motherfuckers who, and that's any nigga. The fact that we can have a discussion about a nigga getting scammed, the fact that we can sit up here and have a discussion about a pedophile nigga, the fact that there's so many fuck niggas on the internet, and now we can even sit here and try to, and it's motherfuckers that try to get you to see some type of good in these niggas' activities. This tell you more about the people than the motherfuckers that prey on the people. Period. And you know, I'm a slide on that. But I wanted to bring that up since you said lawyer.
Yeah, well, that's a good slide. And again, like I said, we got a lawyer coming on the show next. Anybody want to be a guest? Like I said, email us crossthelinerradio@gmail.com.
Let me slide to you with this real quick.
I gotta keep that noise down. Oh, my bad. I thought that was out. My bad.
Fucking nuts.
So, like, just email us, man. Anybody could be a guest. As you can see, even Pharoah coming on. It was a great build, great show. So, with that, I say shalom to everybody. Lord's will, we see y'all this coming Thursday. Peace out, Pharaoh.
Yeah, peace out, man. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you're subscribed to Lost Tribes. That's where you'll find my music at. I'm going to be going live on that in a minute. We're going to be jamming. You know what I'm saying? Shalom, y'all.
Peace.